roll with it. Yeah, you go. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to TIO NTFL Men's Grand Final Day. We've had a full day of sensational and exciting Grand Finals, and now we are finally here. The TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Grand Final. Will Nightcliff go back-to-back, or will St Mary's win the premiership since 2016/17 season? It's their 50th Grand Final appearance. Their record so far, 32-17. And could possibly be the only team, the fifth time in 73 years, to come from the wooden spoon to premiers. What an amazing feat that would be. It's the Tigers' 13th Grand Final appearance. Their record is 4-8 so far. And we'd like to thank you all for coming along today. It's exciting to see such a big crowd here, especially given the last 24 hours. We just were very uncertain about what today was going to bring, but it's been a massive success. My name's Richard Champion, delighted to be here at TIO Stadium once again and be in the territory. What perfect conditions we have for our main game this evening. The umpires have just walked onto TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Grand Final, and we're about to welcome our teams very, very shortly. Make sure you give them a massive cheer when they come on. It's their time to shine. It's the big game. And we look forward to a fantastic couple of hours of footy. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome out onto TIO Stadium the reigning premiers, the Nightcliff Tigers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for their 50th Grand Final appearance, St Mary's. Ladies and gentlemen, the players and umpires will now link arms on the playing arena to say no more to domestic violence.
More than 80 Australian women and men were killed last year by family violence. The No More campaign uses the power of sport to change the way the public views family violence. The linking of arms is a symbolic statement to show that everyone who links up is committed to ending the violence, no matter where or who they are. When these players link arms today, they're raising awareness about the issue and sending a strong message to everyone that family violence is never acceptable. Today, we congratulate both teams on taking a stand against family and domestic violence. Sign up to show your support at nomore.org.au.
Thank you so much, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to welcome Larrakia woman Billawarra Lee to perform Welcome to Country. Auntie B, lovely to see you again.
Darandera Damangwa Bachiwa. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Balmerijan, Larrakia land. My name is Auntie Billawarra Lee, and I am an elder of the Larrakia Nation. I'm very happy for you, if you're under 50, to call me Auntie B. I am a member of the very large local Kabilo family, one of the 8 main families that make up the Larrakia Nation. I acknowledge other elders who are here, and I send a special welcome to my brothers and sisters from other First Nations who are here today. The Larrakia have always felt that it was Bachimula, very good, to welcome visitors to our land. So I'm very happy to be here with you all, and I thank you for the respect you show us, the traditional custodians of the land we gather on today. Australian Aboriginal cultures are the oldest continuous surviving cultures on earth, and the Larrakia are the traditional custodians of the land and waters of the Greater Darn region. And although our lands extend up to 50 kilometres inland, we are known as saltwater people. At the beginning there was one culture, the Larrakia culture, but now here on my traditional lands we have over 70 groups of people with very diverse ethnic backgrounds, all living, loving and raising their families. But before I finish, I would like to wish both teams all the best for the game today. So it is on that note, it is my privilege on behalf of my elders past and present to welcome you all to Wawarnaraniki, our land. Welcome to my saltwater home of great food, friendly people, beautiful beaches and spectacular sunsets. Because Larrakia country is like a pearl with many layers of different peoples of different cultures, all living and loving in this deeply spiritual place. And you are walking on Larrakia land, and when you leave, our message will stay with you. I hope your stay in my country is a safe and nourishing one, and that the spirits of my ancestors watch over you while you are here. All that I ask in return is that you walk softly on Mother Earth and treat her with love and respect as the Larrakia people do. So Mamak Bachiwa, thank you. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Auntie B. Beautifully performed once again. Lovely to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, could I ask you to all be please upstanding as we welcome our national anthem. And this year it's to be performed by Felicity Lamberton, who's a gorgeous young lady who performed at the women's final, I believe, and really wanted to be part of this special day. So we wish her all the best. Felicity, over to you.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, a beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Felicity Lamberton, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful, wonderful rendition of our anthem, and thank you for joining in as well. Well, the scene is set here, ladies and gents. The team captains will now meet with the umpires in the centre of the field for the coin toss. And today the coin is being tossed by the Minister for Environment and Natural Resources, the Honourable Eva Lawler. All right, Nightcliff Tigers have won the toss. They'll kick to the airport end here at TIO Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for both teams. It promises to be an amazing grand final. Good luck. Enjoy.
Good evening and welcome to TIO Stadium for what is undoubtedly one of the biggest days in the Northern Territory sporting calendar, the NTFL 2019-2020 Grand Final, with Rob Cross to take us away.
Josh Cheek got the first kick away, well marked by Hagan. He kicks to Zach Brain. He marks it right half forward inside the centre square. Handballs off to Philo, who won the Nichols medal last Sunday. Kicks up in the John Butcher direction. One grab two. Couldn't quite bring it to ground. He wraps up Tom Davies in a very strong tackle 30 metres out from the goal at the airport end. Nightcliff are attacking. What a night. Ricky Nolan been to grand final 9 times. We'll get to you in a second. Close to the Nightcliff goal. Smith will have a big role to play in ruck. Socket off the knee there of Wilson. Brilliant tackle by Brain. It's hard and tough in the opening couple of minutes, and Brain wants to squabble on the ground a little bit more. And we'll have a ball up 50 from the Nightcliff goal. Will's still going with Yaron. Yaron was lucky not to be suspended in the second semi-final for a late hit on Philo. Smith won the tap. Down to Eilert. She comes at him. Brilliant tackle. And will win a free kick for holding the footy. Ricky Nolan, what a night.
Yes, the ultimate in Northern Territory sport. There is no bigger prize in the territory in the terms of sport. Josh Cheek going to Broly Philo. I'll try and give as many matchups as we can early in the game.
Nathan Brown won the turnover kick. Kicks in the direction of Winter Irving, who's had a very good season. Philo runs straight into Jake Long, tries to shrug the tackle, had it a very long time. The umpire says holding the footy, and they'll let Eilert, the former Saint star, know all about it. The former Cheney medalist, the star Northern Territory player, Thunder captain, Thunder premiership player, won a premiership with Nightcliff last year, of course. Here's Jacob Long. Eilert also won a premiership with Saints in 2016-17. Superstar player Riley takes the mark, edging out Raf Clark. And congratulations to Joel Morrison officiating on that decision, his first grand final. Long kick in the Winter Irving direction. Ground level parry. Coming through Wilson. Slung but gets his kick away. Intercepted by Tom Davies, who will have a starring role today, you would imagine, tonight, if Saints are to win.
Good story, this one. Kieran Parnell done his knee, his ACL, at this time of a grand final 4 years ago. He redid it in his first game back. Unbelievable effort to be back playing in NTFL football after 2 knee reconstructions.
Moo takes the mark there, 60 from goal. Good pressure coming from Nightcliff to keep it in their forward area. Kicks in the Butcher direction, gets rid of his man, then drops the chest marks in the left forward pocket, 30 metres out from goal. Barging through was Tyler Saunders, who'll be important tonight. He's had a great season in the back pocket. Salmon, Hagan coming hard the other way, comes over the foot. He might have been taken high by Parnell. He was slipping down, but he wins a free kick. He plays on quickly, centering ball, wants Holt Fitz, last year's Cheney medalist. Holt Fitz soccers it along in front. He's got Braxton Ahmed for company, comes out to Parnell. He quickly throws the ball onto the boot and kicks towards the wing. In front was Brown, had it knocked away there by Shannon Rioli. Brown goes in hard and then gets a little kick to Hagan, who's been busy early. Hagan on the left boot, curls the kick into the left forward pocket, close to the boundary line. Again, Butcher with that big body pushes away from his man, but it goes out of bounds.
The 2 best young kids in the Northern Territory, Jacob Long and last year's Cheney medalist Holt Fitz, up against each other. That's an absolute mouth-watering contest, that.
No score yet. 3 minutes into the grand final of 2019-20. In it comes again, Butcher and Ryan Smith. Smith attempts to take it out of the air, gets the handball away to Josh Cheek, quickly on the left boot, kicks it outside defensive 50, only as far as Drogamulla, who was enormous last week in the preliminary final. He replaced Jonathan Miles in the ruck, wanted to play on quickly. Now we're kicking towards the left forward pocket. Islet's got a couple to beat. Smith floats in across the front of the pack.
He single-handedly beat Nightcliff earlier on in the year, Ryan Smith. They'll need a performance like that again. I think St Mary's to win the game. It'll be 1 in the middle of the ground.
Played 3 times this year. Back in round 7 it was Saints by 27. Back in round 14 it was Nightcliff by 65. And in the second semi it was Saints by 26. Long kick in came from Mills. It's 2-on-1 battle to the back of the pack. We saw Butcher kick some lovely snaps last week. Couldn't get boot to ball on that one. And it's through for a rush behind with Jacob Long to kick in.
Braxton Matt on Butcher will be important because they want Tom Davies loose. If they have to put Tom Davies back onto Butcher, it'll just upset St Mary's structure.
Saunders down the wing. Waite, Jared Waite, the former Blue and Kangaroo. Bit of conjecture about would he make it in for the grand final team. He kicks to another former AFL player in Ralph Clark, who was involved in the coaching setup last year that saw Saints get their first ever wooden spoon. And now he's captain. He tossed the coin tonight. A chance to return to the top of the tree. Back to Paredes. Out wide to Edwards. 5 former AFL players in the Saints lineup. Just 1 John Butcher in the Nightcliff team. Whistle's gone, is going to come downfield. There's been some pushing and shoving, or it might have been out of bounds.
I think he come in, then he went back out of bounds. Roger Morris on I think St Mary's danger man Jared Waite, been playing him up all year. That I think he needs a massive grand final for Saints to win. So Roger Morris got the big job on the AFL superstar.
Ryan Smith pushes Drogamulla out of the way. Cheek. He'll be important as well.
Josh Cheek's tag and Brody Fowler. I reckon Josh Cheek's had 4 possessions already.
Came to Morris. He thumps it long to the wing on a long lead. Melville backing back courageously. There was Paredes. Wins a free kick for over the shoulder. Great courage.
Phenomenal courage by Nathan Paredes.
He kicks up towards half forward, intercepted. So some early nerves here in the grand final. And Islet, the former Saints champ, marks at left half back, 50 metres out from the goal he's defending.
Looks like Payne and Islet will go toe-to-toe. I reckon Payne is St Mary's best and most important player. He's been phenomenal, so seeing those 2 Bulls go at it will be a contest.
Wilson, consistent all year, the former Buffalo, kicks into Philo direction. Cheek was there with Davies. Philo clever, tapped it away from Cheek, has a bounce, runs to 60, can kick a long way, kicks from 55. Is it the first goal of the night? He's just drawn it away to the left, and they get their second behind. They lead by 2 points, 6 minutes gone, first quarter.
Brody Fallow's first or second possession. Nightcliff Footy Club have had 8 inside 50s to St Mary's 1 at the 6-minute mark. So they're certainly getting the ball inside 50.
Saunders looking for Smith. And that blonde-headed player, you see there, Marley McGregor in for the grand final. 2 changes to the team that won the preliminary final last week, with Sharp coming in for Evans and McGregor coming in for the injured Jaden Kickett. Smith, Drogamula. Smith pushes Drogamula out very easily and gives to Paredes. Up to left half forward. Wait again. He's clunked a couple early. He looks good. Waits low pass in the call to direction. Doesn't make it. So the kicking skills of both teams pretty poor early. The pressure of a grand final perhaps. Brown finds Bowles. He rarely misses a target. Morris has got a paddock.
They're away here. Melville up the field.
He kicks to Cheetahs. Moo offers a short lead as well. Goes to Butterick. Butterfingers out of bounds.
Wow. Here, Cheetahs, the former VFL best and fairest winner for Geelong, is going to play at Williamstown this year. But yeah, he's probably got a fairly decent reputation. But look at those 3 Nichols medalists, Nightcliff in the middle. So he's sort of the 4th string, not a bad 4th string player.
Winter Irving out of the ruck. Jacob Long drops the mark. It's hit the deck. He falls over. Melville, watch out. Holt Fitz can't take it with him. Still Holt Fitz, socket off the ground. Kicked an amazing goal last week doing that. A bit further out this time. Marley McGregor couldn't take it with him. Diving in is Lachlan Sharp. Up by Joel Morrison will come in to ball it up. 3 changes from the second semi-final. Out go Daly, Ferreira and Johnston for Saints, with Jordan, Waite and Parnell in. Tap towards goal. Wilson, was he just grabbed onto as he tried to go through? He was. Free kick to Sean Wilson.
Wow.
30 out directly in front. High tackle.
Probably don't want those little ones umps, so we'll let those ones go, I reckon.
So Sean Wilson for the first goal of the night. Stu Davis in the box with us tonight. The stats that count, and that's a miss as well. So very heavily in favour of inside 50s to Nightcliff, squandering early opportunities. 3 behinds, 3 points. Saints yet to score.
Nightcliff 9 inside 50s to 2, so they're getting plenty of the football in there.
Just not converting on the scoreboard.
It's the second time that Nightcliff have allowed that kick. It's like they don't mind it happening.
Jacob Long. Bounce. Being drawn out of defence. Well done by Payne. Strong mark in front of Wilson.
This is the danger man, I reckon, for Nightcliff. He can play the game.
Long to the wing. Edwards. Up against Bowles. Eilert. Little kick around the corner. Here's Jordan. Close to the boundary line. Handball back to Payne. Took his eyes off the ball to fend off Wilson. Soccering off the ground was Wills. Well done by Saunders. Wills came back for some more. Payne well tackled by McGregor. Got it off to Long. He left the ball behind. Cheetahs comes up with it. Chance for Nightcliff. Met heavily. Crashes to ground. Cheek remonstrates. Brain comes in and takes the mark at centre half forward for Nightcliff. He's 55 from goal. Might test him. He'll step around Salmon. Still going Brain.
Wow.
Good pressure from the St Mary's defenders. Danny Butcher goes down and gets crunched. Coming up with it is Cheek. And Cheek barrels a torpedo towards the wing. Bowles runs back to the flight. Went one-handed. So does Waite and scoops it up, but he's taken down in a strong tackle. Play on the call. The crowd's into it. Great pressure by both sides. Big bump there by Butterick and then puts Parnell to the turf. Cheetahs off to Riley. He runs straight into Cheek, who slings Riley to the ground. Oh, what a grand final. Ripping first 10 minutes. Nightcliff by 3 points.
Cameron Eilert, I reckon, from a Saints point of view, someone has got to watch. His form hasn't been up to Cameron Eilert's standard, but I just reckon in a grand final, not much spoken about him. He could be in for a big one, Cameron.
Check your extra time rules, I reckon, Matty. There's the quick kick out of that ruck contest. Jake Long was taken late and high. Great mark almost by Wills. Throws the ball onto his boot. Holt Fitz traps the footy. Low pass out in the direction of Wilson, who's everywhere. Sean Wilson from 40. High kick towards the goal square. Butcher's making ground. Well spoiled away. Goes to the back of the pack. Melville will get the first goal of the grand final. Runs in, pumps his fists, and Nightcliff go to a 9-point lead at the 11-minute mark of the first quarter. The floodgate had to break at some point. And finally a goal to the reigning champs.
I think you hit the nail on the head. 10 inside 50s. It's actually 11 inside 50s to 2. It had to happen. So repeat entries. Kept getting it in there, and the Saints just let the ball over the back. And Melville, the leading goal kicker for the comp. That Blake Wilson's had a fair bit of the footy, but they just had to bring this ball forward. And Melville gets one over the back. Jake Long has got the job on Holt Fitz. Looks like Cameron Eilert's now gone forward and Kieran Parnell's gone to him.
Mark Noonan back in the middle. Winter Irving having a spell in the ruck against Smith. Swats it away. Comes to Morris. Holt Fitz, clever. Turned his body. Ball bounced back to him. Well done by Saunders. Ran away from his man. Backed himself. Parides taken down in a strong tackle. Cheek lays a strong tackle, but Holt Fitz comes up with a footy. Wants Butcher. Out comes Braxton Armat. The double fist. They could get another one here. Butcher, can he just get enough handle on it? Melville back to Butcher. He liked these snaps last week. And he's missed this one to the left. The big forwards are starting to look dangerous. We had some rain earlier. It's drying out.
Tom Davies just left his man there to try and spoil that ball. Didn't quite get there. Sort of green light or red light, he saw green light, he went for it, didn't quite get there, and it went over the back, and they were lucky to get away with that, Saints.
It's out of bounds in the full, so the ball will be brought back in the right back pocket.
Jackson Calder at full forward on Jonathan Paris. Not that he's ever seen the ball yet, Jackson. I've hardly seen how they're the ball down there, but that's the key with Jared Waite coming in. Waite's always going to get the best defender.
Smith. Payne shrugged the tackle in there. Parry. Pint won the Division 1 grand final, the team he played with last season, beating Nightcliff. Haven't had a great day today in the senior men's finals. They lost Div 2 and Div 1. What can they do in the Premier Division? Here's Morris Rioli Jr. one way, then the other. Gets his little low pass in towards full forward. Jackson Calder got rid of his man, then slipped the ground. Waite's going to have 2 to beat. He shepherded off the footy, but he comes in and lays a big tackle. It goes close to the boundary line. Danny Butcher is happy to see it out. But there's some good tough play by Jared Waite.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the way Waite started. I reckon he's sort of looking a little bit dangerous. Hasn't had that many opportunities. It's not as hot as it has been, I don't reckon, the last month. So the only thing, he's only played one or hardly played a game of footy in a month. That's the problem.
He's in the ruck this time against Winter Irving, who does well to get rid of him. Waite comes up with a footy, taken down in a strong tackle. Did he try to get rid of it? The umpire said no chance. I'll ball it up.
Good umpiring. I thought he was playing for a bit of a free kick there. The
Jamison
umpire said no way, no.
Jamison Galbraith quickly throws it up. Winter Irving won the tap. Danny Butcher dives after the football. Out of mid-air, the quick hack from Brown. Comes back to Edwards. Comes to Shannon Rioli. His kick is smothered. Rioli will go in and have another go. Or he'll wait for it to come out. Waite lays the tackle. We'll have another ball up. Better passage by St Mary's. They only trailed by 9 points 14 minutes into the first quarter. But it's been a dominant Nightcliff display, and they're hanging in there, Rick.
Off camera, they've pushed massive numbers forward, Nightcliff. They've got nothing to kick to. St Mary's will outnumber them here.
Melville and Davies. Here comes Jacob Long. Runs to 55. Just off the side of the boot. In towards the forward pocket. Running back with a flight there was Bowles. He dropped the mark. Jordan and Calder. Soccering off the ground is Peris. Still going Peris. Coming to meet him the other way was Yaron, who turned his body. It ricocheted off. Only as far though as Bowles. And he clears defensive 50 to the outer wing. And kicks it out of bounds on the full. Davies to bring it back into play.
Nightcliff pushing massive numbers when the ball's in that St Mary's forward 50. Virtually pushing their whole side into St Mary's forward 50.
Tom Davies, star defender.
Yeah. Saints really want this guy freed up. They don't want him to have to go and man up on someone. They don't want anyone from Nightcliff's forward line to get control of their defenders.
Pressure on Calder there allowed Riley, who had no one on him, to take the mark. Dangerous kick. Well done, Parry. He got to Eilert and spoiled it away in the left forward pocket.
Repeat entries, repeat stoppages inside the forward 50. Good sign for Saints. Brody Farlow comes onto the field.
Smith, Drogamula. Smith double fister as far as Kane Riley. Payne comes at him. Still Riley. Labastida, good bank ball, maybe high from Rioli. Allowed to get away with it. Head over the footy there, Drogamula. Rioli hard as ever. Boundary throw in.
Unbelievable pressure from Morris Rioli Jr. in the first semi.
Smith took it out of the ruck. Trying to get it to Morris Rioli Jr. Brain hard contest. Came out to Wilson. His long kick to the wing. Davies running back with a flight. Jacob Long had a terrific year. Gets around, moves. Still Long. Forced back onto his left side. Has he got a left boot? Wants to go on the right. Gets enough little curl off the side. Brain comes hard up against Payne and sees it out of bounds.
Well done, Jacob Long. Terrific work. Just Tom Davies allowed to float behind the footy. Nightcliff sending a high half forward to every stoppage. Frees up Tom Davies. We'll see how it plays out. I reckon Tom Davies is not a guy you want sweeping behind the footy.
Smith, excellent. Took it out of the ruck yet again. Gave to Edwards, but they're everywhere. The tackling of Nightcliff.
Saints gave up then.
Stripped of the footy, Hagan. Melville in from the side. Spoiled away by Davies. Out of bounds.
Just Cameron's looking like he might go all right tonight. I reckon Saints have really got to watch him.
So there's Parry on him in when he goes forward, Rick.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good matchup.
Not by Drogamuller this time. He's been beaten by Smith so far. Edwards. Drogamuller went low to the boundary. Wilson. Cheek coming at him. Squeezed it out to Philo on the left boot. Good penetration. Parry in front. Bounced off his chest. Islet a chance here, but the pace of Jacob Long gets to it and sees it out of bounds.
Parry, Anthony Vlajo showed a lot of faith in him, but he's been the ultimate club man. He's been to every single training, every single function, just about all what the footy club's about is building culture. And Anthony Chop has really showed a lot of faith in him today.
He'll run all day, you know that, don't you? He's fit. Yaron. Jake Long, a former Bomber. On the bounce to Waite. Butterick for company. Clever by Bowles it was. Centering ball to Wilson again.
This bloke's getting a bit of the footy.
He's killing him. Kicks into the pocket. Cheetahs is up. Well done by Smith. Into the lap of Parry. By hand to Jacob Long. About to be run down. Gives to Yaron. Back to Jake Long. And it's out of bounds. Wilson was in the news this week too, of course, with Tom Hanks been found suffering from coronavirus. Famous volleyball. Castaway. For those who know your movies. Butcher. Through goes Paredes. Hagan. Hagan still. Handball to Cheetahs. Can go out wider. Butterick received from Wilson. Butterick from 45 on the fly. Long to the square. Melville! Too strong, and we'll have two. Plays on.
Bang.
Nightcliff have got a 15-point lead at the 18-minute mark of the first quarter.
Trent Melville, who didn't have the greatest of grand finals last year, has been the most dominant forward in the game so far. So, really good start. He's coming off. You can see he's that's how you should be coming off the field. Absolutely stuffed. And that's why he's playing so well. But yeah, just the inside 50. Beat Tom Davies here on the square, I think it was, which is pretty difficult to beat. Maybe Braxton O'Mac could have killed that footy. And the guy who looks like Ben Cousins just kicks a goal.
He's probably going to kick it anyway, Rick, but they didn't put any real pressure on the mark, did they? Let him play on.
They probably could have put that one through, Saints.
Salmon needs to lift a little bit. Quickly up towards centre half forward. Morris has had a good start to the grand final. Slaps it further forward into the path of Marley McGregor. He's got Waite for company. McGregor, will that be deliberate?
Has to be.
Yes.
Yeah, good umpiring.
Jamison Galbraith agrees with Saints players, supporters and the odd commentator.
Rob, you touched on it before, but we are actually very lucky to be here tonight. 24 hours ago, we were very unsure whether we would be, given that as of Monday, the Australian government's put a ban on more than 500 people gathering together to prevent the spread of coronavirus. So it's just very lucky that we're playing on Saturday.
Had some bad luck NTFL in finals, haven't we? A couple of cyclones have come through. Remember a semi-final we were about to run out with, it was Saints versus Wanderers, and it got cancelled as we ran out onto the field because of a cyclone.
Wow.
So this time it's something with the territory in March, I think.
Hey.
Philo up against Cheek. Just got his boot to it. Gained 20 metres in the sharp direction. Jake Long shrugged the tackle. Sent the handball out to Jackson Payne. What a great kick. Close to 50. Smith, they'd love a goal here, St Mary's. Quickly, Shannon Rioli. High kick, the wrestle. Kane Riley. Oh, brilliant play by Morris Rioli Jr. There's the first of the night for St Mary's. Ran onto the bouncing footy in the goal square. And back to a 9-point ball game.
Well, there's a name that is absolutely synonymous with grand finals in the NTFL and the AFL. Rioli. In fact, Ricky, can I just ask you, you have coached two Riolis now in the AFL system in the likes of Daniel and Willie. Morris has really stepped up a lot to come this finals series, and there's a lot of eyes on him nationally. Where do you think he's going to go?
Yeah, look, I don't like pumping. You only pump kids up if they'll rip a final super, and he was best on. But I reckon he is slightly ahead at the moment, ahead of where Willie and Daniel were at this stage. So Willie, of course, had to go to 3 states to make it.
Yeah.
Daniel got drafted as an 18-year-old. But I reckon Morris at this stage is slightly ahead of those two.
How was the acceleration? Running onto that and kicking the goal. Cheetahs runs straight into a hard tackle from Shannon Rioli. Saints are up and alive. Edwards kicking in the Waite direction. Or in fact, it was Ralph Clark. Waite's at the back of the pack. And it bounces off knees and goes out of bounds. On the full. Chance here for Jared Waite to kick 2 goals in 30 seconds for St Mary's and get them back to 3 points behind. He plays on quickly. Normally eats these for breakfast. And he's going to go back and get another chance. He missed it.
Lucky.
Yep.
God, if Saints would have kicked this, they're back in the game, and I reckon Nightcliff have been pretty dominant, haven't they? So
1 straight 6 St Mary's, 2-3-15 Nightcliff, 22 minutes gone first quarter.
15 inside 50s to 5 is how dominant Nightcliff have been. So 3 goals down, Saints. See if the former North Melbourne and Carlton gun can kick it. Of course, he played a lot better football at North Melbourne, didn't he, Rob, than he did at Carlton, I thought.
He's in a green and yellow outfit at the moment, and he kicks the goal.
Yeah.
Has he? Is it across the face? It is across the face. Missed. His North Melbourne boots on.
244 AFL games, 377 goals.
Bowles, thumping kick. Winter Irving wrestling there with Parry, 2 former Pint players.
Then Pints got up and won the flag, so not a bad effort by them to lose 2 players that are playing in an NTFL Grand Final. Although I think Winter Irving only played 2 games for him, I think, as a fly-in.
Smith, Edwards, back inside attacking 50. They got 1 more goal in them before quarter time. Be a great result for St Mary's if they could.
That's what I was thinking before. He waited to kick that. They got out of jail. Then you can go in at quarter time, reassess, and upwards and onwards. Nightcliff here, we can't see it. They've got every single player in St Mary's defence at the moment.
There it is, quarter time. Big first term here. Nightcliff started well but couldn't put the scores on the board. And St Mary's well and truly in the grand final. Saints 1-1-7, Nightcliff 2-3-15.
You are one of almost 140,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you will need a battery-operated radio and torch with spare batteries, enough food and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. Remember, all important documentation such as passports, photos and insurance policies should be kept in a safe and waterproof place. Be prepared this wet season. Brought to you by TIO.
So we can feel forever, yeah, feel together, real together. No one can stop. No one can stop. Nothing can ever bring me down.
We've always done it tough in the Territory because tough always has to be done, and where the needs of many sometimes require the actions of one. As we head into the storm season, Power and Water is committed to doing what needs to be done, building and maintaining the engine room of the Territory, investing in our communities, and always focused on one thing: protecting what's truly precious. To protect your loved ones this storm season, visit powerwater.com.au/prepare for tips and fact sheets.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal clothing for all school-related activities, whether it's 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact the Cricket and Football Shop NT for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Let's see. Roma, Verona?
Perhaps Barcelona.
Make your dream holiday a reality. Book your next getaway at Flight Centre with interest-free holidays and flexible repayment options.
Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Flight Centre.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport Concept Store. Now open at Casuarina Square.
We're here for when the heavens open and the winds howl. We're here for when the water just won't stop. We're here for the wet and we're here for the dry. We're here because we know there's nowhere else you'd rather be.
And there's nowhere else we'd rather be either. TIO Home Insurance. We're for Territorians.
All right, we're just moments away from the second quarter of footy here for the 2019-20 TIO NTFL Grand Final with St Mary's 1-1-7 to a Nightcliff 2-3-15.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium for the Grand Finals. St Mary's versus Nightcliff, and at quarter time it's St Mary's 1-1-7, Nightcliff 2-3-15. Matt Hepworth, Ricky Nolan and Rob Cross with you this evening. And Ricky, I believe you got some stats from the first quarter.
Yeah, I think Saints were a touch lucky that quarter just to still be in this. So they're only a goal and 2 points behind. So, yeah, not too bad. But centre clearances, 2 each. Clearances around the grounds was 6-5, so that's pretty even. But Nightcliff just 15 inside 50s to 6, which is such an important stat. So I know Saints are pretty keen to keep Tom Davies loose. I just be interested to see if they've had to put him back to Melville. It looks like that doesn't really suit their system. So Cameron Eilert starting in the middle with Philo and Wills, 3 Nichols medalists. The only football side in the history of NTFL to have 3 Nichols medalists starting in the middle. So fairly strong midfield. And over to you, Rob Cross.
Underway in the second quarter, Smith up against Drogamulla. Smith won the tap after they left early and crashed into each other. Well played by Philo. Quickly onto the left boot, up towards left half forward for Nightcliff. Out came Jacob Long. He overruns the footy. Holt Fitz gets there, traps the footy, controls it. Jacob Long slips over. Holt Fitz, low little passes, brilliant to Drogamulla, who drifted down from the ruck, and he marks 55 from goal at left half forward. Hugo Drogamulla breaking out towards the other side of the ground is Eilert. A big spoil away there came, I think it was Parnell. Eilert runs onto the footy. Handball back there to Moo. Moo's kick is high inside attacking 50. In from the side comes Payne. He drops the mark. Heavy contact in the air. Parnell handball to Jacob Long. And St Mary's can clear from left half back. Attacking it hard though was Brown. Brown gets to the footy first. Jacob Long lays a tackle on him. Moo up against Tyler Saunders. Well played by Moo. Grab the footy. Sends it back in the Wilson direction over the top. No, not good enough. Jake Long. And Wilson marks in front, 30 metres out, almost directly in front.
We started off half-back. I thought Nathan Brown's starting points. St Mary's got a quick kick out. Nathan Brown's starting points, sensational. Got the ball forward, and this guy here is best on ground at the moment in my books. Wilson, former Buffaloes, playing absolutely terrific football.
So a goal inside the first 2 minutes, a possibility. Sean Wilson has kicked it. Umpire has had to do a lot of work, and it just sneaks in for a behind. So St Mary's are let off there. Margin is 9 points. As we wait for the ball to come back into play, Braxton Armat will favour the Morris Rioli grandstand side. Big spoil over the top by Wills. Yaron. Good kick to Ryan Smith. A lull in the crowd at the moment.
I don't think the microphone's on, is it?
And there's going to be a 50 paid here. 50 metres, so Paredes has come up with it. And Smith, though, will have to take the kick. Smith's long kick, Calder, spoiled away there by Peris. Riley steps around Morris Rioli Jr. and then a big torpedo in the Moo direction. And they've, in an instant, made their way back into the middle of TIO Stadium.
They're set up well behind the footy here, Saints, so they should be all right. We'll just go with a slow play. Wilson, again, he's just running right at the moment.
Receive from Moo and another
meters.
50.
Wow.
And it's going to go to Moo. He'll kick from about 52 metres. He's got Butcher in the square. If he gets
Butcher one out, why wouldn't you go to him now?
Move it quickly. Now he goes. Butcher breaks. Armat's got front spot. Armat runs onto the footy. Holt fits. Well, he went the one-handed scoop. Still in play now. It's out. Boundary throw in.
If you go to John Butcher, I reckon you kick it 1 metre to his left shoulder or 1 metre to his right shoulder. He's 6'6". No need to put it that far out in front of him.
Smith's doing a power of work in the ruck up against some big bodies of Nightcliff. Can he go all night? He'll need to, I think, if Saints are going to win. Winter Irving. Back to Wilson. Back to Philo on the swing from 55.
Wow.
Boy, he's got some penetration in that boot. Oh, was it touched on the line, though, just. And a behind only. It's like a slingshot.
Yeah, I think Bowles and Philo's metres gained that far ahead of anyone else in the competition. It's not funny. So they're just so penetrating with their kicks.
Jacob Long. Parnell, but Brown in front marks for Nightcliff and will send the Tigers back in. He's forced to go backwards by Parnell, and he's got Eilert for company, though. Eilert to Melville. He's 60 from goal at right half forward, just in from the boundary line. Melville going the Butcher direction. Butcher's worked his way to the front, spoiled away by Braxton Armat. Moo comes up with a footy. Oh, shrugs Tyler Saunders, and Moo gets the goal. Gee, that was easy. Rare to see this season Tyler Saunders being shrugged so easily. Maybe Ryan Moo's just a bit too small. And he's got Nightcliff's third goal, and the margin is 16 points.
I think that's what did happen. They just he went under Tyler Saunders. Tyler Saunders, I reckon, has been St Mary's best player for the last month. And Moo just went under him. So Ryan Smith gone into the ruck. Ryan Smith has come off. So
this could be alarm bells here for St Mary's. I know it was a really tight contest. All the numbers favoured Nightcliff, particularly those inside 50s within the first quarter. And well, once again, they've come out really dominant in the inside 50s in the first 4 minutes here, Nightcliff. But they're hitting the scoreboard a lot better this time, or at least having more cracks through the sticks. Could be alarm bells for St Mary's.
Raf Clark in the ruck. Takes it with him, then stripped of the footy. Drogamulla. Kick partly smothered, but gains 20 metres. Salmon in front. Marley McGregor rides him into the ground. Well tackled by Holt Fitz. Drogamulla comes up with it and sends Nightcliff back inside attacking 50. Butcher third up. Goes to the back of the pack. Melville's going to back through another one. Runs onto the loose ball. Melville's got 3. Nightcliff have got 2 in 25 seconds to open the second quarter, and the margin is 22 points.
Tom Davies left Melville to kill that contest. He went up and missed it. Ball come off hands and bounced into the lap of Trent Melville. So
Clark tried to do something out of the ruck, didn't he, Rick? But
I think Raff in the latter of his career, I reckon the ruck's his spot, but they just turned the footy over here. Ricky Myler spread well from the contest and got it forward, and here you see Davey just sort of blocking it out, and he did the right thing. He just had to kill the contest, Davey.
Edwards has been quiet. A little lift from him. That was Jordan, in fact, in the middle end for St Mary's. Riley, always taken down in a tackle, had it a fair while, allowed to get away with it. Butterick, kick went nowhere. Clark taken high by McGregor, play on. McGregor fights on at ground level, as does Clark. Squeezes a little handball out, wanting Jackson Payne. He laid a tackle on Morris. Morris Rioli Jr. was a good, strong tackle. Oh, desperation from both sides. Morris Rioli Jr. goes in again. Nathan Brown, Danny Butcher. Brown goes wanting the boundary. Rhett Jordan for St Mary's leads in the race for the footy. Feeds the ball out to Salmon. Salmon's got a bit of pace. Oh, he's dragged down, though, in a strong tackle. Just couldn't shrug it. Play on the call out at right half back, but it comes now to St Mary's. Shannon Rioli wants Clark. He marks on his chest. He's 50 out. Has he got it, Rick? No, not he didn't think so. Gives it back to Sean Edwards. Edwards pokes a kick to Parnell. Will it get to him? Courage from both players. Brown clatters in, and then fierce play by Cheetahs, and then a high tackle, clumsy tackle. Play on the call, though. Wow. I was sure that was high on the Nightcliff player.
I just reckon they've got to go in a bit quicker, Saints. So Raf Clark, he's got beautiful skills. Get the ball to Wait or Calder immediately. Calder was on a lead. They end up giving a handball to Edwards. Just look up and just look. You've got 2 weapons there. Get the footy to him.
round came up saying, where was the free? Quickly out by Jordan to the goal square. Payne wrestling. Still Jackson Payne. It's in the pocket. Had to get rid of his opponent. Jackson Payne runs back, curls the kick around the corner. Danny Butcher was there. And it trickles across the face out of bounds. Right forward pocket for Saints.
That's better. You've got Payne, Jared Waite, 2 ex-AFL footballers. Get the ball in. It didn't work, but just looked a lot more dangerous.
Winter Irving up against Calder in the ruck. Winter Irving has front spot, bashes to Paris. Cheetahs to Hagan. Hagan, thumping kick to the wing. Jake Long gets there first, sweeps it back to Raf Clark. He's got a little bit of time to set something up. Good kick, Jake Long.
Yeah, well done.
Jack Long, I should say. There's Jacob Jack and
just the difference there. Raf Clark had the footy. Cheek was on. He could have handballed it to him, ignored the handball, got the ball in quickly to the forward line, and this is what sort of happens. Just got to get that ball in quicker. Don't once you're in the launch pad, or it's what I call it, the centre of the ground. Once you get it there, get it in quickly. They've got a gun forward line. Get it in. Jack Long, not used to kicking goals.
Just one this season so far, and he has now got 2. They're back in at Saints. Boy, do they need that. 8 minutes gone, second quarter of the grand final. St Mary's 2-1, Nightcliff 4-5.
Played his whole career in defence, probably as an elite kick as anybody in Australia. Jack Long, and put that straight through the middle. This one here, I reckon Ruff here, he's ignored Cheek, if we see it in the replay. Now Cheek's on here with a handball, ignore Cheek, just get it in quickly. You see Cheek in screen, ignore it, get it into the forward line. They've got to continue to keep doing that.
Back in at St Mary's.
Butcher in the middle.
Up against Rhett Jordan, pushes him out of the way. Cheetahs. John Butcher, McGregor, Rhett Jordan. Good pace by McGregor, got there. Only out as far as Salmon, though, of St Mary's. To Calder. Oh, well-timed nudge into the lap of Labastida. Long kick to Payne. Payne in front, spoiled away. Only as far as Paredes. Quick snap by St Mary's is across the face from behind only.
Promising for St Mary's supporters. They're just getting it in quick to that gun forward line. Not mucking around with it.
They've flicked the switch in the last 2 minutes.
Some good signs.
Yeah.
They don't seem to like the first 5 or 6 minutes of quarters, do they?
They don't.
Come out firing at all. Bowles might be forced onto the right boot. Gets a left foot kick away. It's out towards the boundary. And there'll be a throw in 80 metres around from Saints' goal out of side. Saints kicking to the airport end in this second quarter. 10 minutes played. St Mary's 2-2-14. Nightcliff 4-5-29. Trent Melville's kicked 3 goals for Nightcliff.
Jackson Payne going to full forward. One out in the square.
Butcher neatly down to Philo. Lovely long kick on the left boot this time. Trying to trap it, Melville. Moo's been busy. Was he taken high by Braxton Ahmad? He was. He goes low again, Ryan Moo. Wins the kick, 55 from goal. Melville breaks to his right. He'll kick it in towards the forward pocket. Butcher's been playing in the ruck. He's drifted forward. Still Butcher. Can he sock off the ground? He got his boot to it. Big John Butcher's got another miracle goal. Mate, there's a feature of his game last week. Too big and strong. And perhaps not hard enough once it hit the deck, St Mary's defenders. And a quick reply to Nightcliff. The margin is back out to 21 points.
Oh, yeah, Butcher was playing in the ruck. Then he actually worked pretty hard to get forward. He was probably their best player, I thought, in their losing final against Saints. He looked like he was going to tear the game to shreds, but he's just gone forward there. A bit of a mismatch there. Not bad coaching, I reckon, just chucking him. They did it when they were in trouble in the third quarter of their last game, and he was very serviceable. Just missed a lot of set shots in that third quarter, didn't he? Ryan Smith back into the ruck. Raf Clark onto the bench.
You really only had Jacob and Jake Long to fend off then. Maybe it's been spoken about in circles. Is Raf Clark the man to go back onto him, Rick?
Yeah, but he was in the... Raf Clark was on him then when he was in the ruck. So
just couldn't get down to him.
Yeah, it was just a bit of... Raf was pushing forward. He pushed forward. It was whoever won the ball in the midfield.
Edwards, quick kick. Labastida marks in front of Morris. No, he doesn't. Play on was the call. And Morris wraps him up. Just forward of centre, St Mary's. 12 minutes gone, smashed almost to 50. Jordan, Labastida, got a hand to it. Paredes dives after the footy, comes up with it. McGregor's been fierce in his tackling and shreds it and gives to Wilson, who gives to Philo. Nightcliff are away again. Philo runs into the middle of TIO Stadium. He's got Melville all alone at left half forward, 45 metres out. He'll line up for his 4th and his 50th of the year.
The reigning Nichols medalist got away then. It's about to come on for a rest. They've reamed the changes. Nightcliff, they're going to stay fresh.
And they streamed onto the ground, those 4 changes. Cheetahs, Hagan, Eilert and Drogamulla back into the battle. Melville for goal number 4 for a 27-point lead at the 12.5-minute mark of the second quarter. They're breaking this game open. The reigning champs, the Tigers. Melville kicks and kicks beautifully. Pumps his fist at the fans in the Morris Rioli grandstand. He's got 50 for the year. And Nightcliff lead by 27 points.
Melville with 4, did you say?
4 goals.
Last year's grand final, I think he had 1 kick. So what a turnaround and what a start. Now, Tom Davies has had to go to him, and that's sort of Saints' worst nightmare. You want Davies free. And what a start. Follow starting to get a bit of the football through the midfield. And they need to kick a couple of quick ones, Saints, to get back in this game.
Do you reckon the week off's hurt them?
No, I think they needed the week off. I think it's the week off advantage both, and Nightcliff not getting a week off advantage both sides, I thought.
Yeah, they've both had a week off in the last month, haven't they? It's been perfectly set up.
50-50. There's no excuses. If anything, I reckon Nightcliff, if you win, it's suited them. They've got no injuries out of the game except for Kickett. So.
Kickett and Geary for Saints are probably the only players missing from their best 22s, I reckon. So almost at full strength. So neither side's got an excuse. Cheetahs, Edwards, Yaron. Maybe could have left it for Paredes. Still Yaron. Forces it out to Shannon Rioli. Can he get it through? Well done, Edwards. Can he get it to Labastida? He goes inboard instead. Jackson Payne. Handball back to Labastida. Caught him behind. Labastida, quick snap. He's got plenty on it. Has it got the carry? Waits in the goal square. Knocked away from him. Handball comes out to Roger Morris close to the line. Labastida's trying to lift his side. Waite charging through. It's out of bounds in the right forward pocket.
Just wondering if Jackson Payne goes back onto the ground now. I reckon he'd be pretty fresh. He's been sitting up forward for a while. Not a lot of ball gone there. I reckon he's Saints' key mover.
14 minutes gone, second quarter. Grand final, St Mary's versus Nightcliff. Nightcliff lead by 27 points. They led by just 8 points at quarter time. Waite, little kick only as far as Bowles. He hacks it out towards the outer side, towards the wing. In front, Lachlan Sharp, we've barely seen him, haven't really needed to. Melville's kicked 4 for them. Butcher's got 1. He spirals a long torpedo towards full forward. The big shove by Butcher on Braxton Armatt was seen by the umpire. Butcher can't believe it.
Yeah, furious at himself there.
It was a touch unlucky. It was a little bit in the side, a little bit in the back. So it was a 50-50 call.
You'd think a Butcher would know where to shove, wouldn't he? He knows his cuts of meat. As out of full back goes St Mary's to the wing.
This bloke's been a bit quiet. They need him to lift.
Jordan. Calder. Here's another one that's been well held so far. Nicely scooped up by Shannon Rioli. And the co-captain lifts St Mary's. Back to Calder. Brown. Shannon Rioli still going. Still Rioli. Cheetahs comes at him. Knocks him over. Coming out is Payne. Throws it on the boot. Good purchase. Waits in front. We'll have 2 to beat. Drogamulla running back with the flight of the ball. And some shepherding going on. It's going to be a free kick to Waite.
Wow.
Big call by umpire Mark Noonan. Waite a chance for his first goal of the night. And to bring the margin back to 21 points, don't they need it? 16 minutes gone, second quarter.
Desperately need it. Jared Waite plays for St Kevin's in the amateurs. And I don't think he's won a premiership, so it'd mean a bit to him if he could get over the line tonight. And he desperately needs to kick this goal if there's any chance.
And Waite has kicked the goal. So St Mary's 3-2-20, Nightcliff 6-5-41, 16 minutes gone, second quarter. Played in the grand final just 6 months ago for St Kevin's in the Victorian Amateur Football Association Premier Division, Rick, against University Blues, which had about 5 or 6 ex-AFL players running around for it.
It's ranked at number 1 in Victoria and Vic Metro competition. Amateur competition, they're not allowed to pay their players. Same year for St Mary's, I know they're not paying him either. So putting a little bit back into football, Jared Waite probably would have been on at least $500,000, you would have thought, at North Melbourne and Carlton. So good to see him putting back into grassroots football.
Much needed goal. They're not out of it, but they wouldn't want to be too further behind at half time. Jordan's getting busier, I think, Rick.
Yeah.
But unfortunately his kick As far as Nathan Brown, who's been terrific for Nightcliff, out to Eilert. Yaron gets to him. Yaron's another saint that could probably lift. He's trying hard. He's only got the intensity. Beautiful kick into the chest of Cheetahs from the Geelong VFL player.
I'm going to Williamstown this year in the VFL. Oh, floater.
Yeah, wobbler. Jack Long. Cheetahs soccers off the ground and gains 40 metres. Saunders and Butcher. There's something happening behind the ball. Smith went down and then seemed to go after Holt Fitz. No, he's okay.
Got to be careful here, Ryan, because the ball's right in their forward line.
There's something in the pocket now with Tyler Saunders.
Oh, no,
and now he's reversed it. Tyler Saunders had a go at Moo.
Just got to be disciplined in that situation.
Not a great night for Saunders. We've seen him week in, week out be terrific. Ryan Moo has a chance for his second goal.
That's what I was saying about I hope Ryan doesn't retaliate because they've got the ball. It's a shot at goal, and then Saunders goes and retaliates. So.
Moo didn't play in the second semi-final. He's one of a few changes that livened them up for the preliminary final. He also didn't play in last year's grand final, so he's looking for his first premiership. Ryan Moo for his second goal has tugged it left.
When you're talking about did Nightcliff, is it good for him to lose? It was good for Ryan Moo because I think if they had a won, he wouldn't have got back in the side, and because they lost, they run a few changes, and he's got back in the team.
Jake to Jacob Long. 22-point lead to Nightcliff at the 18.5-minute mark. Good mark by Jackson Calder, but he's had to come a long way up from full forward to get into the play.
Hadn't had a lot of chances. They haven't used him very well, I don't reckon.
Yaron. Just pretty much right on centre wing in front of the Morris Rioli grandstand, which isn't as full as some other grand finals. To half forward, Drogamuller sets himself, went under the footy. The spoil from Bowl, straight into the path of Calder, comes to Payne. What's he got? Peris there, through Payne's legs. Peris tries to trap it, comes out to Edwards. Payne almost sent to push his teammate away. Edwards comes up with a footy now, squeezes the handle out to Paredes. Was he taken high? He slipped down. A pretty good umpiring by Joel Morrison, I reckon. Waite comes in to lay a tackle, wants holding the ball. Won't get it, throw in.
I agree, good umpiring, wasn't on.
Right forward pocket, 20 metres around from St Mary's goal, kicking to the airport end of TIO Stadium. They trail by 22 points at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter. They need one here. Waits in ruck up against Drogamuller. Salmon lurks to the right of the pack, 40 metres out. Edwards goes in and gets the footy. Morris, quick kick around the corner. Well done by Jake Long.
Wow.
Oh, why did he play on? Tries to get it to Salmon. Still goes Salmon. Got past Eilert somehow. About to be run down. Well done by Hagan. The pressure came late. Salmon slaps his fists. Neat play by Hagan. Good sportsmanship. Comes back and slaps hands with Salmon. He brought him down, forced the kick out of bounds. Two fierce combatants, Rick.
St Mary's, yeah. St Mary's 11 inside 50s to 10s. So it's been a lot more even. I reckon this quarter's been a lot more even as well. But Nightcliff still pushed away with the game. Well done,
Kane
Jared
Riley.
Waite.
Kick was smothered by Waite. Might come back to him. He lays the tackle. Comes to Calder. Goal St Mary's. Out of nothing. The Green Machine get one back. And the margin's back to 16 points out of nothing. They were deep into attack. But Kane Riley made a rare mistake getting too close to the man on the mark. Waite left high, smothered, and Calder gets the goal.
I think it's the most underrated 1%er in the game as man in the mark. Not enough people do it. You can see here he's done terrific weight. Left to right, make him kick over the top of you, especially with this slippery ball. The man they call the champ from the Mornington Football Club down the peninsula. Moved up to Darwin this year. Very popular figure at the club. He's got them back within a sniff.
Those Victoria watchers or viewers tonight might call him the highway. Kicked it nice and straight. Marley McGregor got a handball away before he was tackled. Cheeks dropped out of the game a bit and overran the footy. Butcher comes up with this. Danny Butcher. Out to Wills. Terrific in the preliminary final. Towards centre half forward. Eilert knocked away. Spinning out was Brain cleverly. Then from 55, Zach Brain is across the face. Boy, would that have been a goal. Behind only.
He did very well there.
21 minutes gone, second quarter. St Mary's trail by 17 points. The reigning champs Nightcliff 6-7. St Mary's 4-2. Braxton Armat bounces his way out from full back. Good pressure came from Wills. Jordan. Paredes comes in. Oh, Wills was fierce. Was it in the back over the shoulder? Yes, it was. A bit crude, but certainly the intensity.
Nathan Paredes has started all right. The only man to ever win 3 best and fairest at the St Mary's Football Club.
Jordan waited for it to sit and then sock it off the ground in the Rioli direction. Oh, was he hit late? He was over the footy and no free kick, says the umpire. So a boundary throw in on centre wing right in front of the scoreboard. The big screen here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. And Nightcliff the edge, but St Mary's creeping back into the game. Two best sides all year. They played each other 3 times. St Mary's finished second on the ladder. Beat Nightcliff twice in those 3 games. Once in home and away and once in a final. Here's Morris Rioli Jr. to Jacob Long. What great names. Rioli and Long to Calder. Calder, can he get rid of his man? He can. To Salmon. Salmon can run onto it. Can he pick it up? He's close to the boundary line. Oh, Salmon has gone for the shot on goal. Payne screaming at him at the top of the goal score. I think Edwards was pretty loose as well.
I think the adrenaline got to the young kid then. The Saints had him lining up. There's a free kick here. Someone's remonstrated with the dual Nichols medalist in Cameron Island.
You'd hate to give a goal away here. Island didn't waste any time. Cheetah, Sprain, they need a spoil. Here comes Lachlan Sharp. He's ever dangerous. So's this man, Holt Fitz. Sharp swoops on it, gives the footy back to Holt Fitz. He's 30 out. He's the magic man. He squares the footy to the top of the goal square. Braxton Armat, like a soccer goalkeeper, trapped it. Didn't get enough purchase on the kick. Now another chance here for Nightcliff. Holt Fitz one way, then the other. Taken down in the tackle. The kick was smothered. No chance on goal on that occasion. Working hard is Parry. He's taken down in a big tackle, and there'll be a ball up, and I think Saints got away with 130 out from Nightcliff's goal.
I was going to say that to win this stoppage, they can just reset, try and get a few more numbers down there, Saints.
Smith and Butcher. Smith won the tap. Paredes turns back inside and kicks it straight down the throat of Hagan. Hagan from 51 metres. Lets loose on goal, close to the goal square. Davies with a double fister. Holt Fitz. Davies has another go and got there just in time to rush it through from behind. 6:8:44 Nightcliff. St Mary's 4-3, 27, 23 and a half minutes gone, second quarter.
If Saints could keep it at about two and a half going into half time, would be a win, I think.
Clark in front. Oh, ducking and taken high was Smith, but I think he did duck into it. No free kick.
Outstanding umpiring. Outstanding.
It was Butterick. It's Joel Morrison. Clark.
Ralph, don't worry about that.
And he's given one away. Winter Irving. Smith can't believe it behind play. Winter Irving gives them a chance. Melville comes out. Well read by Jake Long. Quick kick in the Yarran direction. Hagan's there with him, out of bounds.
Ill discipline's hurting St Mary's right now.
Yeah, touch. They haven't been hurt by it yet, but...
Yeah, it could be a lot worse though, couldn't it, Ricky?
Yeah, but there hasn't, from any of those undisciplined, they haven't kicked a goal.
Yeah.
Touchwood so far.
Close to half-time. Nightcliff lead by 17 points in the grand final. Jackson Payne. Round the corner. Morris. Rhett Jordan hit from behind by Wills. Morris comes up with it.
Rhett Jordan just can't fumble there.
Jake Long from behind on Moo. Spoils in the Smith direction. Got a fist to it as far as Danny Butcher. Smith tries to tackle him. Kicks in the direction of John Butcher. In from the side there, Saints player. Oh, here comes an opportunity for Brain. Round the corner on the right boot. Melville almost got to it, but it goes out of bounds on the full in the right forward pocket. Some relief for St Mary's close to half-time.
Yeah, siren will go any minute. I think 2.5 down at half-time would be a good solution for Saints.
Nightcliff led by 8 points at quarter time. 17 points so far. 4 goals to 3 in this second quarter to the reigning champs. Inside defensive 50. Parry was there. Tyler Saunders was there. Butterick at the bottom of the pack for Nightcliff. It goes out of bounds at right half forward for the Tigers.
Just there in front of the Shannon Motlop grandstand. Bit of a lull in play. We're waiting for the siren to go. So I think...
Wouldn't want to concede one, though. They've got to be switched onto the line, don't they?
Thinking that myself, Rob.
Braxton Armat, or Paredes it was, threw it out towards the boundary line. Jack Long. There is the siren. The two teams can have a break. The intensity's high. The pressure's right on in the grand final. At halftime, it's Nightcliff chasing back-to-back flags. 6:8:44. Lead St Mary's 4-3-27.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please stay in your seats. We can't have anyone on the ground at half-time. I'm sorry, we've got some entertainment coming up and we need to make the arena safe for everyone. So please just stay in your seats for half-time. We've got the Hot 100 sprint coming up very, very soon. But what a fantastic first half of footy we've just witnessed. The Saints, well, they came marching home late in that second term, obviously. And it's 4-3-27, the Saints. The Nightcliff Tigers 6-8-44. So a good close contest till half-time. We look forward to a great and exciting second half of footy here at TIO Stadium. The Hot 100 sprint coming up very soon. $700 up for grabs. All right, just a reminder, can we please have all of our sprinters involved in our halftime sprint? Our Hot 100 sprint. Please make your way down to the umpires race in between the two teams. We need to get you all suited up for the big race. Thank you. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to introduce something new and exciting to you guys right now. It's a little something called Dance Cam. So get ready to bust a move as we bring you Dance Cam. So when the music plays, pull out your best dance move. And if you are spotted by our cameraman down here, you will feature over on the big screen. So here we go. Move those booties. Let's get it happening. All right, let's see you people. Bust it out. Good stuff. Thank you, ladies and gents, for getting involved. We were going to have Kiss Cam, but thanks to the coronavirus, we thought it not viable, right? So we went with Dance Cam instead. Good stuff. righty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Hot 100 Men's Premier League Grand Final halftime sprint. There's $700 up for grabs here. Let me introduce our competitors to you right now. In the orange from Nightcliff, Nathan Moo. Wearing the red bib from the Tars, Jordan Wilkins. For the Palmerston Magpies in black, Zane Bishop. And for the umpires, give it up for Sandy Brock in the navy bib. And Bo Tedcastle for St Mary's in dark green. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the starters' hands for the Hot 100 100-metre sprint. $700 up for grabs, thanks to Hot 100. Starters in your hands. And we're away in the Hot 100 Men's Premier League Sprint. Look at the orange team. Nathan Moo from Nightcliff. Out the front there, St Mary's is coming. St Mary's is coming, but I think it's Nightcliff going to hang on for the win. Nathan Moo from Nightcliff has taken out the Hot 100 Men's Premier League Grand Final halftime sprint. And we'll get that confirmed, but that's what it looked like to me, and we'll get the minor placings as well. So we await confirmation. Well, he got off to a flyer, did Nathan Moo. Look at the replay. He really strode it out that last 25 metres. Bo Tedcastle was closing, and the umpires are also up there as well. We'll get confirmation of our placings very soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are our place gettings for the Hot 100 Men's Premier League Grand Final halftime sprint. In third place from St Mary's, please give it up for Bo Tedcastle. Congratulations, Bo. Great race. He really stormed home the last 25 metres and just scraped into place. In second place for the umpires, Sandy Brock. Congratulations to you, Sandy. We have prizes for our third and second placings, but the big Gregory Peck That oversized novelty check, how good is that bad boy? Here it is from Hot 100, our winner for 2 years in a row from Nightcliff Footy Club, Nathan Moo. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for all our contestants. We'll just have a very quick grab with Nathan. Mate, were you confident going into the race?
Had butterflies, to be honest. I was just playing a game before, so I was still out of energy.
I bet you were. And did you keep warm for the whole duration leading up to this, or did you just say, "Oh, we'll see what happens. I'll give it a quick warm up before we start"?
Oh, I gave it a quick warm up.
Good stuff, mate. Well, 2 years in a row. Can you make it 3?
Yeah.
You can. Good. We look forward to seeing you again next year. Would you like to thank Hot 100?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Hot 100 and AFL-NT and also all the Nightcliff supporters.
Good man. Congratulations, mate. Good luck for the team for the rest of the game. Nathan Moo, ladies and gents. All right, ladies and gents, we're going to give the dance cam one more roll. So, get up and about, do your thing. Let's grab the attention of our cameraman. You were pretty good first time round, but let's make it better second time round. All right, dance cam, let's go.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Woo! Yeah! A little bit of flossing going on. I like it. All right, great stuff, guys. Thank you so much for getting involved in the fun at halftime. We know you couldn't let off any steam or any energy out on TIO Arena, so you did it up in your seats. Thank you, guys. We look forward to a big second half. The teams are just about ready to rock and roll. It's a 17-point margin favouring the Nightcliff Tigers as we speak. St Mary's a couple of quick goals towards the end of that second quarter. It really sets it up for a great second half. Enjoy.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium, where it's half-time in the TIO NTFL 2019-2020 Grand Final. St Mary's versus Nightcliff, and it's St Mary's 4-3-27, Nightcliff 6-8-44. Matt Hepworth, Ricky Nolan and Rob Cross with you this evening. One last time for the 2019-2020 season, gentlemen, and look, it's less than 20-point margin, Ricky, but it feels like a lot more than that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think Saints are lucky to still be in it at this stage, so... yeah, get out. Still, the game's still alive, but I think Nightcliff have been fairly dominant to this stage, and probably the most dominant stat is the inside 50s, 31 to 17. Both clearances and stoppages have been pretty similar, but they're just killing them on the inside 50s. So yeah.
Umpire Jamieson Galbraith gets us underway in the second half of the 2019-20 TIO NTFL Grand Final. Nightcliff lead by 17 points. Philo gets the first kick away up towards right half forward. Kieran Parnell handballs backwards looking for Tyler Saunders. Holt Fitz bumps him over the line. Parnell wrapped up in a strong tackle and thrown to the ground by Winter Irving.
Yeah. Outstanding umpiring.
Free kick to Jake Long, the former Bomber.
Jackson Payne started forward, which surprises me a bit. I reckon he's Saints' best player.
So's Paredes.
And Paredes, they've got a gun forward line if they get it down there.
Paris. Philo, mid-air, makes 30 metres and hits Wilson on the chest. Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Breaking for Wilson is Eilert, the former St Mary's star. Marks in the middle. Thought he would have known he could have burnt off Ryan Smith, wouldn't he, Rick?
Not often you can say that you played in the premiership side of both sides on the ground like Cameron Eilert can. So.
Drogamulla towards full forward. Braxton Armat did well to hold his ground in front of John Butcher. Tyler Saunders to Jake Long was good. Long's got his right thigh bandaged since half-time. Kicks in the Paredes direction. Waite was clever, tapped it onto Paredes to Calder. That's wonderful play by St Mary's. Waite so clever. Mid-air, didn't try and mark it, just palmed it off to the running Paredes, and he hit Calder, who will line up for his second goal. And within the first minute and a half of the second quarter, a chance to get back within 11 points. Who would have thought?
Saints forward line, Calder, Waite, Morris Rioli, Shannon Rioli, Paredes. Like, if they can get the ball there down to them, it's a fairly good forward line.
33 for the year before this game. He's kicked one already. He's now got two, and he's got 35 for the year. And St Mary's are right back in the grand final. 5-3-33. Nightcliff 6-8-44. We've gone just 2 minutes in the third quarter.
Rhett Jordan, Josh Cheek, Sean Edwards. They just got to get the ball down to this gun forward line. So, yeah, good movement from the back line. Jake Long. It was well done by Braxton Armat. Actually left Butcher and got the ball forward. Was well done. The man they call the champ from the Mornington Football Club. Come up this year and's lived up here and's had a terrific year and been a big acquisition to the club. But yeah, they've just got to get it to this forward line. It is absolutely star-studded if they can get the ball out of the middle.
Smith and Drogamulla. Drogamulla went early. Smith was clever, grabbed the footy out of the air. Standing in the way, though, was Riley all alone at centre-half back. He just plonked himself there. He kicks to the wing. Wills is making good ground. Jake Long, good contest. Brain hurdles Jake Long. Handballs over the top to Wilson. Back to his former Buffs teammate in Wills. Goes out of bounds. Cheetahs will come on as Wills comes off.
That's the thing, I think, with Nightcliff's midfield. It just bats deep. There you go. You've got a VFL best and fairest player starting on the bench, coming in 3 minutes into it. So they do bat very deep through their midfield.
Smith. Drogamulla reached over the top, probably nullified each other. Rhett Jordan taken in a strong tackle by Cheetahs. We'll have a ball up.
I'll talk a little bit about that. I've said about the only 3 Nichols medalists playing in the middle. It's happened 6 times that premiership teams have had 3 Nichols medalists, but never had 3 midfielders.
Bounced off Cheetahs' head, back to Paredes. Unlucky Nightcliff, longing towards the pocket, looking for Jackson Payne. Calder was there. Good play out of defence though by Nightcliff. Cheetahs got there in front of Salmon. Cheetahs. A lot of options have been closed down by St Mary's. So he gives it everything he's got to the wing. Edwards is there. Winter Irving.
Just go back to that stat. Like, there's been other St Mary's Premiership sides that have got players like Noel Long, who played on a wing, Mick Athanasia centre-half back, Peter McFarlane up forward. The only other side that looked like it was the 71-72 side. It had Leon Gregory, Johnny Preverill and Pat Murphy. So they might have mirrored it, but I believe Johnny Preverill played a lot through the midfield. It was before I was born, but it's the of the 6 sides that have ever had 3 Nichols medalists, the 71-72 St Mary's one would be the one that would have the midfielders.
Some off-the-ball tagging there, went against Josh Cheek, free kick to Philo. Parnell runs straight into Danny Butcher. Brain comes up with it, holding the footy advantage. Pate comes to Hagan. He might be able to drill this. Tried to step back inside. Well done by St Mary's to close him and force him back towards the boundary. But Hagan's hooked it! Hooked a brilliant goal! The former Buffalo, Michael Hagan, stepped back through traffic, made the kick difficult and drilled it anyway. And St Mary's margin goes back out to 17 points, their half-time lead.
But then that's the X factor with this guy. You know, and a game can be on the line and then he does something like this. Scotty ran a fair way though, didn't he? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But let's give credit where it was due, because that was an unbelievable goal, and right when they needed it. Not that they were in trouble, but it just keeps them keeps it from arm distance.
That celebration there from Trent Melville, who couldn't believe it.
He was quite shocked, wasn't he?
It was as good a grand final goal as you would see.
Yep.
Drogamulla tricked Smith that time. Butcher received from Cheetahs. They go back inside 50 again. Oh, charging onto it is Philo. Has a bounce, runs around Tom Davies on the left. Philo, they got a second goal within 15 seconds. He hooks the kick across the face.
Still keeps it within 2 and a bit. If he had to kick that, worrying silence, he just spread better than Cheek out of the midfield. It's just their midfield, it just bats so deep.
Jacob Long to the outer side. Holt fits there against Parnell and also Jared Waite. A long way up from the forward line. Out at left half forward, 70 out from Nightcliff's goal. They're kicking to the airport end in the third quarter. They lead by 18 points at the 6-minute mark. Led by 8 at quarter time, 17 at half time. Just been able to keep their noses in front of St Mary's. What have Saints got in this premiership third quarter? Philo goes off the ground in the Wilson direction. Saunders gets a handball away. Soccering off the ground is Jacob Long. Look at that pace. Goes to the boundary line. Nightcliff will be happy with that.
Very quick.
Just wondering, I don't think it's panic buttons yet, but do you chuck Jacob Long in the middle? A bit stupid to do it maybe in a grand final when you haven't done it all year. Payne back into the middle. I'm just thinking of how you could throw the magnets around a little bit.
Umpire just checks behind him before he throws the ball back into play. Saints have beaten Nightcliff 2 of their 3 matches this year. High shot or a hold. It's going St Mary's way. Going to Tyler Saunders.
Energise his footy. They've got to move it quickly.
Saunders has started the third quarter pretty well. Out to Yaron.
Ralph Clark coming on for Ryan Smith. And he's got the ball straight away.
It's out of bounds on the full, I think.
Didn't want it that quick, did he, Ricky?
Roger Morris to take the kick. He had a good first half. Probably been the best half dozen or so Nightcliff players. Kicks in the Melville direction, wrestling with Parry. 2 strong bodies there. Jack Long taken in a tackle by Hagan. Opens the door for a soccer off the ground. As far as Tyler Saunders. Salmon. He gains 20 metres in towards the centre. Paredes goes to ground, gets a shove.
Got to move it quick. Jared Waite's on.
He does, and he kicks in the Waite direction. Well weighted. Riley waits. Got hands to it. Goes to ground. Couldn't complete the mark. He'll come in and try and lay a tackle. Shannon Rioli strips away the footy. Handball back into Waite. Waite's handball's got to Paredes. Runs to 30. Have they got another one? St Mary's, they have. Brilliant exchange at half forward. They will not go away, the Green Machine. They're back within 12 points. At the 8-minute mark of the third quarter. Well worked by some superstar players, Rioli, Waite and Paredes, and they've manufactured a goal.
The game's not over. They're not at their absolute peak yet, Saints. Imagine if they can turn it on for 10 minutes. So pretty critical there of Shannon. I thought Brown beat him to the ball, but he ended up winning a contested footy. Shannon getting it to Jared Waite and Paredes, the only man to win 3 best and fairest at the St Mary's Football Club. And that's what you like. Try and pump your side up. Well done, Nathaniel.
Morris Rioli Jr.'s gone into the middle.
Yeah, good move. Throw the magnets around. Excellent coaching.
Raf Clark's in the middle. Edwards, Rhett Jordan. Cheetahs, Wills, John Butcher and Danny Butcher for Nightcliff. John Butcher won the tap. Salmon. Off the ground goes Edwards. Clark. Rioli. Well done, Danny Butcher. Well tackled by Morris Rioli Jr. Marley McGregor's in, waiting for the footy to come out. Still going. Joel Morrison comes in to ball it up. The head of Cricket NT in his first NTFL Grand Final. Doing a great job. Up he goes. Clark. John Butcher. Through the legs. Jake Long, former bomber. High to Labastida, who's tried hard. He's one of the players that have kept St Mary's in it in the first half. Salmon overruns the footy. Well done, Labastida, as he legged. Handballs back in towards Salmon. Might have been taken high. Free kick against Brown.
Saints haven't kicked 2 in a row for the game. Imagine if they do that, they're right in this game. Henry Labastida, I reckon, would be... Oh, Shane.
Gives it to Rioli from 40 metres across the face. Calder marks! Out of bounds on the full.
I thought it went about a foot over. I reckon Henry Labastida in his last game of football for the St Mary's Footy Club tonight.
Been good though, don't you?
Yeah, no, he's been good. His defensive pressure is what they need.
Winter Irving, Eilert, Cheetahs.
Need to kick the next one, Saints. It's imperative.
Davies up against Sharp. Jake Long, what's he got? Slips it out to Davies, missed its target. They might have been away.
Opportunity, Saints, haven't they? Just missed that target.
Working in tight.
Slightly turning. Jake Long and Shannon Rioli come off the field, replaced by Jack Long and Nick Yarron.
10 minutes gone, third quarter. Saints 6-3, Nightcliff 7-9. Tigers by 12 points. 2 goals to 1 so far this quarter in St Mary's favour. Sean Edwards, Calder, tried to tap it on in the direction of Payne. Didn't get there. Salmon, he's dropped the mark. Could be a turnover. Philo, if he can gather it away. The shepherd came from McGregor. Philo waits for someone to run into space. That man is Danny Butcher, but Rioli makes tremendous ground. Morris Rioli comes over the footy, then loses it. McGregor goes off the ground, kicking in danger. Right on the spot, Joel Morrison.
Morris Rioli. Salmon absolutely made a meal of it, and they can cost you games of footy, that. And Morris Rioli, well done.
Grand final pressure.
Oh, that's going to work for him.
Rhett Jordan. Salmon can't keep it in.
Who needs to get into it a little bit more? Rhett Jordan.
11 minutes played.
Important couple of minutes, I reckon, coming on.
It'll be Butcher up against Clark. 2 ex-AFL players. The back Wills. Kicks to half forward. Coming out as Armat. He's had a pretty good game, I reckon, Rick. He's done a few nice things.
Fair enough. And Butcher, if he gets older,
Tom Davies, Yarron. Got away from Brain.
The spread well
Labastida, Morris comes hard, hits him from behind. Labastida's got 2 to beat. Still going Labastida. Just wants to sock it off the ground to hold. And it's going to be a free kick. It's going to go to Labastida.
Nicholas Yarron set that kick up a little bit too high, but that was exceptional by Henry. 2v1 to get that footy.
I think he's in their best 3 or 4. Trying his heart out.
Got his life membership this year for the football club at 150 games.
Well tackled there by Paredes. Riley slips. Door opening. Jordan kicks off the side of the boot deliberately towards the hot spot. Back to the pack. Waite, can he scoop it up? He can.
Game on.
Jared Waite's got his second goal, and St Mary's are back within a goal. 7-3 plays 7-9. They forced it forward. The big bods are at the top of the square. Waite used his body. It fell to the top, and he scooted it through for their 7th goal. Yes, 7-3, 45 to 7-9, 51.
Footy's an interesting game, eh? Nightcliff, the goal they kicked before, I think they got a couple ahead. They've turned around and they've given it to the St Mary's bench. I've seen it from up here. It's 10 minutes. St Mary's are back in the game. A kick away, so just footy can turn pretty quickly.
Pretty good pickup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A big man.
Yeah, imagine if he turns it on. This game's still in the balance.
Butterick did everything. This is the grand final we wanted. Smith, Butcher slaps it only as far as Edwards. He kicks it out towards the wing.
Is that deliberate?
Yarron. I'll get there first.
Go out, doesn't it?
Brain was brilliant. Brain keeps it in. He'll send the Tigers forward. Up towards 50. Braxton Armat running back to the flight. Melville looking for goal number 5. Still with Melville. Scoops up the footy. Good tackling by Parry. Comes back to Braxton Armat. Good defence by St Mary's. Out in the Yarron direction. And it'll trickle out of bounds. They'll be pretty happy with that.
They're happy with it, but if it hit Nick Yarron, they were away. Interesting 5 minutes of football. Always look at the superstars here. Is Follow going to get hold of Cheek for 5 minutes, or is Cheek going to press down on him? Paredes is the superstar for Saints. Jared Waite.
Jackson Payne, need him to lift, comes up with it.
I'll get him in the middle.
Out to Jack Long. Half forward. Morris Rioli Jr. drops the chest mark. Nathan Brown comes up with it for Nightcliff. Kicks up towards centre half forward. In the lead comes Wilson. Terrific first half. Still playing well. The former Buff kicks it up towards full forward. Melville and Parry. Melville couldn't take the mark. Moo. Melville just got boot to ball. Holt Fitz got a couple to beat. Handball clever into the path of Moo. Has Moo got 3? Moo's got 2 and 1 behind. In fact, he's only kicked 1 tonight so far.
On from an okay game of football into a bit of a cliffhanger.
Down on the ground there, Moo. Just cramped up a little bit. There we go, he's back up now.
Jacob Long. Payne. Brain up against him. That'd be a headache, wouldn't it? Brain pain. Holt Fitz. Islets around the corner. Well played by Jack Long. Put his body in front and then barrels a torpedo 60 metres. Rioli went early.
Too early.
And a push goes against Morris Rioli Jr. Advantage paid. Drogamula had no one to go it to. Goes back to Morris. His kick towards half forward. Davies comes into the big spoil over the top, only as far as Islet. He's taken out on a wonderful tackle by Jordan. Play on the call though. Just got rid of it, said the umpire. Wills. Pushed by Saunders. Still Wills. Saunders has got him. Wills must be holding the football.
Surely.
It is.
Don't play
They're
on.
ramping it up. Advantage paid.
Wow.
Comes to Jordan, and then a wonderful spoil by Hagan. He's kicked the goal of the night, and he's just affected the spoil of the night.
Just some tough footy. Rhett Jordan's tackle on Cameron Islet. Cameron Islet was away, and then Hagan's come in with an 11 out of 10 smother. It was unbelievable.
7 points in it. Nightcliff, the reigning premiers, lead St Mary's, who've won 32 flags in 49 attempts. Are they the greatest team in Australia all time, Rick?
I'll give you a stat on that if you want.
In a minute. Smith kicks up towards half forward. Calder working his way to the front. There was Paris. To the back of the pack is Butterick. Defence is being really pressured now of Nightcliff. Rioli bowls, clears for Nightcliff. Back into the middle. Wilson comes in. Parnell from the other side goes one-handed. Kieran Parnell still going. Slaps it backwards into the path of Holt Fitz. Jake Long comes up with it though, gives to Davies. They're everywhere. The
Deep
Saints
entry.
came to
They
Cheek.
need a deep entry.
Cheek kicks Long. Who's he got? From behind, Calder got hands to it. Morris Rioli Jr. overrun it. Don't see that happen too often. Paredes slipped down. He's taken high.
Yep.
Unlucky bowls, but the free kick was there. And Paredes will line up for his second goal of the quarter.
Nathaniel, I don't know, it's about just on his distance. He's looking pretty confident. I like looking at a player's body language, but I think he'll end up finishing as one of the Saints' all-time greats if he can kick this.
For a 1 point ball game, Paredes from 40 metres.
Wow.
I reckon he's got it. Paredes! The Saints are back in it. 8-3-51. Nightcliff 7-10-52. 17 minutes gone. Third quarter.
I don't like using the word champion, but he's nearly there, this bloke, but he just went back, just with ownership. The whole time he was going to kick that footy, kick that goal. So good players kick goals when needed, and the 3 times premiership player did that. 3 times best and fairest player, I should say.
Need a bit of tape on those knees just to keep them upright a bit, I reckon, Rick. But anyway, it's a goal, and St Mary's are alive. 1 point in it, 7-10 to 8-3. 17 and a half minutes gone, third quarter.
Shannon Rioli gone into the middle.
Matt, what are those extra time rules again? Drogamula, Edwards, St Mary's up towards half forward. Jake Long, thigh strapped, gets away from Brain. 60 out from goal.
Wait.
Centering ball. Wait! Can't bring down the mark.
It's actually Payne then. Paris
clears. Out towards the wings. Salmon there. Islet there. Off the ground goes Tyler Saunders, who's having a terrific third term. Close to the boundary line. Drogamula. Morris Rioli Jr. pressuring him. Goes out of bounds. They want deliberates. They won't get it from umpire Mark Noonan.
The game was over 10 minutes ago. Nightcliff's bench jumped up. They gave it to St Mary's. And then they've fought back very, very well. Saints is a very proud club.
Smith in ruck. Up against Drogamula. Wills, nice interception by Salmon. He's trying his heart out.
I was going to say, he's had a very good 5 minutes, I reckon.
Absolutely. If they start to stick, he could be a real X factor in this last quarter and a bit. If he just gets his confidence up, he's getting to the ball. It's gone out of bounds and Eilert.
I reckon there's two players, they're big boys. I reckon Butcher for Nightcliff and Waite for St Mary's are two that'll, just up forward, will have a big say in this game.
Wilson flew, couldn't take the mark. Cheetahs. Holt Fitz, last year's Cheney medalist for best on ground in the grand final. Shannon Rioli steps back inside traffic with his brute strength. Gives to Waite. Advantage paid, is it? No, it's a free kick. Waite's still going. Smith can't believe it.
This is a disadvantage to the St Mary's Football Club. Stuart Carr, who's a Nightcliff runner, got in the way. It'll go back to St Mary's, but then that allows Nightcliff to get numbers behind the ball. Jared Waite was just about to kick a goal.
Yeah.
So... yeah, you probably needed to pay the advantage in that situation.
Crowd not happy. Edwards sends it in towards the pocket. Payne one grab, not the next. Nightcliff defence working desperately to clear it. They're under siege at the moment, waiting for it to come out. Morris Rioli Jr. lurking as well.
Coming in today, I was thinking, God, I'd love to call a classic. Well, we could have one on our hands here. Gray Morris did a really good article on Friday about I think it was about the 8 best grand finals of all time. So hopefully this one can be added to Gray Morris's tally.
Kane Riley, Winter Irving, about to be run down. Just gets his kick away up towards half forward. In front, Lachlan Sharp hasn't done a lot. Bit pacey, gets around Davies. Kicks in towards the goal square. Vacant goal square, bounces inaccurate into the pocket and out of bounds. Saw a ripper 2 years ago, didn't we? On a Wednesday night, thanks to a cyclone. Southern Districts and the Buffaloes. Crocs got up by a point. Last year wasn't a blowout, but you always had the sense that Nightcliff had the Crocs measure. This game now is anyone's. 20 minutes gone, third quarter. Nightcliff lead by a point over St Mary's. Wilson controls the ball from the contest. Throws it onto his boot, hooked it too much behind. Margin 2 points. Jacob Long to bring the ball back into play. No,
Shannon, but I don't see why Shannon needs to do that.
No.
Just to get his hands on the footy, the co-captain. Kicks it in the Rhett Jordan direction. Marley McGregor. Jordan. High kick to no one really.
2v1 Nightcliff.
In front though, clever Rioli Jr. got away from Morris, has a bounce, will he kick the advantage of a teammate, goes long, Paredes, Payne too tall for him, and he probably should have done better in the end with that.
Nightcliff had the outnumber, but the young up-and-coming kid called Morris Rioli Jr. was just too good.
Calder up against Paris in ruck. Left forward pocket for St Mary's. They trail by 2 points, 22 minutes gone, third quarter. In it comes. Where are the goal snakes? Oh, Calder from the ruck, quick snap. Off hands of Payne and through from behind. Margin is 1 point. Calder's kick 2. Paredes has kicked 2. Waite's kicked 2. And for Nightcliff, who've gone into their shells, Melville's got 4. Long kick. Clark from behind.
It's an important ball here.
Numbers with Nightcliff. Good tackling. They're away here. Out to Wilson. Wilson from 60. Pokes it in the Melville direction with a wonderful ball in front of Saunders.
They got numbers everywhere, Nightcliff, including Big John Butcher, and he's ignoring it. Oh, God, you want to kick this now.
Because that is a big mismatch, isn't it? Parry's only just getting back.
John Butcher was on Jacob Long, and he's 20 metres in front of him. You would have taken a miracle for Jacob Long to get that.
Melville likes his chances. He'll kick from about 51, I think. The man on mark should advance a couple of metres, Tyler Saunders, for goal number 5 and 51 for the year. And to give some breathing space, Melville strikes it well. Oh, Trent Melville's got a handful, has he? No, across the face.
That was a fair effort.
Big kick.
Very good.
Margin back to 2 points. 7-12 plays 8-4. Nightcliff leads St Mary's at the 23-minute mark of the third quarter of the 2019-20 TIO NTFL Grand Final. Ralph Clark marks in the back pocket.
Saints look better on a fast play, don't they?
Waite, fourth man up. Edwards got hands to it. Rhett Jordan's had a pretty good quarter, can't control it.
I agree. He's got into the game and they needed that because their midfield was just a little bit dominant.
Waite limping. He's had feet trouble, Rick, is that right? He doesn't look too good.
Plantar fasciitis is why he hasn't been playing. Yeah. So, and he's just put his hand up to come off then. Plantar fasciitis is like having a bruised heel.
Salmon.
He looks dangerous, Payne,
From
doesn't
behind Bowles. Little nudge there by Riley was allowed. Bowles comes up with a footy. Nightcliff a late chance coming up to three-quarter time. Bit too tall there for Isla to the back of the pack. Here's the pace of Hagan. Couldn't quite get there. Holt Fitz does. Holt Fitz tries to get around Long. Brilliant tackle. Just got his boot to it for not holding the ball. He has another go. Might have been taken high that time. Mark Noonan says no. Play on.
Again, outstanding umpiring. They've stuck to that all day.
There's a bit of a wrestle. Don't be silly. Wouldn't want to give a free kick away here close to goal.
Noonan will just bounce this up and that'll stop everything.
They're going again.
And over the shoulder.
Yaron.
It's gone against Yaron right on three-quarter time. And the free kick, I think, will go to Ryan Moo.
Don't give away a 50, Saints.
It's not a Monty. Or was it a Hagan?
Hagan it was. Nick, they went to school together and they're best mates. And I think Nick said hello to him.
Well, this could be the goal. We spoke about it earlier, didn't we, Rick? When they have been giving away some kicks. It hasn't cost them yet. This one might. Hagan for his second goal. He's kicked the goal of the night on the run. This a tough one, and the pressure got to him. You reckon they'll go up to him and have a little chat? Oh, does it? Well, I'm not going to say anything, but there was an action there that I think might draw some serious look from the tribunal, I reckon. Hagan on Yaron. And if there were games to play after this grand final, I reckon Michael Hagan wouldn't be playing them. The teams come together, a bit more pushing and shoving. We've got a tremendous grand final. Go back to your huddles, set for the final term and get on with the footy. 24-minute quarter. It's three-quarter time in the grand final. Nightcliff lead 54-52.
You are one of almost 140,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you will need a battery-operated radio and torch with spare batteries, enough food and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. Remember, all important documentation such as passports, photos and insurance policies should be kept in a safe and waterproof place. Be prepared this wet season. Brought to you by TIO.
So we can feel, forever you feel, together real, together. No one can stop. No one can stop. Nothing can ever bring me down.
We've always done it tough in the Territory because tough always has to be done, and where the needs of many sometimes require the actions of one. As we head into the storm season, Power and Water is committed to doing what needs to be done, building and maintaining the engine room of the Territory, investing in our communities, and always focused on one thing: protecting what's truly precious. To protect your loved ones this storm season, visit powerwater.com.au/prepare for tips and fact sheets.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal clothing for all school-related activities, whether it's 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact the Cricket and Football Shop NT for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Let's see. Roma, Verona?
Perhaps Barcelona.
Make your dream holiday a reality. Book your next getaway at Flight Centre with interest-free holidays and flexible repayment options.
Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Flight Centre. Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
We're here for when the heavens open and the winds howl. We're here for when the water just won't stop. We're here for the wet and we're here for the dry. We're here because we know there's nowhere else you'd rather be.
And there's nowhere else we'd rather be either. TIO Home Insurance. We're for Territorians.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. It is three-quarter time, and boy, oh boy, is this the grand final we wanted. St Mary's 8-4-52, Nightcliff 7-12-54. Nightcliff are knocking on the door for back-to-back premierships. St Mary's, well, 12 months ago, they were staring down the barrel, I should say, and in fact secured the wooden spoon, which shocked many. But right now, it is a 2-point ball game between these two teams. Ricky Nolan, who's going to come out on top?
I've got no idea. I can tell you where I reckon it'll be won, is in the midfield. St Mary's haven't got the big names that Nightcliff have got, but I just reckon if Edwards, Cheek and Rhett Johnson can get the ball to this star-studded St Mary's forward line that's got Payne, Paredes, Jared Waite, Morris Rioli Jr. and Shannon Rioli up forward, it is going to be huge.
Rick and Matty, something unusual has happened. Well, they'll bring a new ball out to umpire Mark Noonan, but for a good 2 or 3 minutes, he stood with the two captains. There was some argy-bargy right on the three-quarter time siren, and he was addressing Shannon Rioli and Philip Wills.
Maybe the football wasn't pumped up to 69 kPa and the players put a complaint in. I don't know what was going on. So, what a quarter. There is no bigger prize. Something's going on with the 666, and St Mary's get the ball. What a start.
Wow.
Ryan Smith's got it. The final quarter of season 2019-20.
I reckon that's a free kick from the headbutt from Hagan at the end of the quarter.
Smith sends it back inside 50. Payne went up, had 3 Tigers around him. Cheetahs getting there first was Jake Long. Shepherd. Shannon Rioli comes in. Can he squeeze it out to Payne? He was screaming for it, but just couldn't get the handball off. Kane Riley about to be tackled. He gets a little handball. Morris Rioli Jr. gets boot to ball as only he can. Payne running back with a flight of the footy. Drops the mark, but courage personified. Yaron goes hard after it. Strong tackle on Paredes. Squeezes the handball out in the direction of Cheek. There goes Philo. Morris Rioli Jr. has another go. Yaron falls to ground. Gives to Payne. Was he taken high? Taken in a 2-man tackle. Taken to ground. Jamison Galbraith will come in and ball it up.
And that was the first 40 seconds, gentlemen.
Umpires got to continue to keep their whistle away. I reckon this quarter they've been great so far during the game. Keep the whistle away from your mouth.
Smith wins the tap, only as far as Eilert, the former Saints player. He's played in Saints premiership teams. Quick kick out there by Yaron's got a play on the call. Shannon Rioli marked it, not 15, rules Mark Noonan, or maybe it was touched.
50-50, wasn't it?
I reckon it was about 12 and a half.
I've never seen that in footy, that a free kick afterwards starts... I didn't know you were allowed to do it. You must be able to. Mark Noonan would know the rules, but I've never seen it happen.
Cheetahs got there first, soccering off the ground. Was Payne. Oh, brilliantly scooped up by Wilson in the top few players on the ground. Well done by Jake Long. Handballs smothered as Brain tried to get it away, and Long's ferocious attack on the footy bounced off his chest and out of bounds.
Payne looks pretty dangerous. Andrew Wills probably been an assistant coach for St Mary's in about 10 premierships.
A minute and a half gone into the final quarter. 2-point lead to Nightcliff. They'd like some reward for this hard early effort, St Mary's. Drogamulla comes up with a footy. High kick. Parnell and Holt fits. Parnell takes the mark.
What a story. Last time he played in the grand final, done his ACL in the first 30 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Got pushed late and gets the free kick. Pretty simultaneous, I think, but the umpire saw it differently. Who's going to get the kick? Jackson Payne wanted it. Nath Paredes will come up with it, and Paredes line up for 3.
Paredes hasn't kicked well all year, but after his last kick at goal, it was unbelievable. But just his body language looks pretty good to me with this.
This for the lead for the first time for the night for St Mary's. They kicked 4 goals to 1 in the third quarter after trailing by 17 points at half-time. Paredes has missed, and he might have missed everything. Kicks it out of bounds on the full in the right forward pocket. Nightcliff lead by 2 points. 2.5 minutes gone, final quarter.
Oh,
almost an intercept. It's
a fair grab by Cameron, that.
Strong mark just over the top of Payne.
I still reckon one of the champions, whether it be Eilert or Wills, Payne, Paredes, Shannon Rioli, they're going to have a say in this game.
Wills looks a bit proppy. He's getting worked on after he had the dressing down from umpire Mark Noonan before the quarter started. He hobbled off the ground. Cheetahs. High kick to the wing. Hagan and Parnell. Parnell worked his way to the front. Couldn't take the mark. Well done by Moo. Gives to Brain. Brain kicks the ball out on the full.
Wow. Rob, you asked the question before. Scores are level at the end of the fourth quarter. Both teams have a 5-minute break in which their coaches address them. Teams change ends, play 5 minutes.
Keep going.
The conclusion of the period, 3-minute interval. The coaching staff may not address players. At that 3-minute interval, teams change ends and play again. So basically they get 5 on, break, 5 on, whoever wins from there.
Riley, well played by Yaron, intercepted. Morris handles only as far as Rhett Jordan, gives to Shannon Rioli, over the top to Yaron. Can he dish it off? He cut back through traffic, maybe should have passed it. I don't think that's 15. Play on the call. Handball over the top came from Jordan, in towards the pocket, socket off the ground, and the ball goes out of bounds 30 metres around from goal.
I reckon Saints have started better. Both Wills and Eilert have gone off after 3 minutes. Nothing wrong with that. They're just rotating well.
Salmon sprints on for St Mary's. I think he's got something magic in him, Rick. Drogamulla.
I'm going to look to a champion, or no, not a champion, a gun that'll get the job done for either side, I reckon.
Edwards and Cheetahs. Edwards being worried off the footy, but he's fighting on. Cheetahs wraps him up on the tackle, squeezed out. Wills, Salmon and Drogamulla. Drogamulla slaps it in the Winter Irving direction. He's got Wilson cruising by. Wilson's kick towards the wing. Wants Johnny Butcher in from the side. Parnell, but over the back to Hagan. Moo breaks. Moo's running hard towards the goal square. Hagan handballs to him. Will it sit? Comes to Moo. Moo's just got a run in. Jacob Long chasing. Moo into the goal square. First goal of the last quarter to the Tigers, and they lead by 8 points at the 4.5 minute mark. From nothing.
Kieran Parnell left Moo to halve the contest. He just needed to kill it and put it over the line, and it didn't happen. It left Moo out the back to kick the first one. Saints probably dominated the first 4.5 minutes of that quarter, and then they'll kick one. St Mary's 5 inside 50s to Nightcliff 1. They're 1 inside 50. They kick a goal from it. That's that one there. Kieran Parnell just had to kill it over the line. Footy's a cruel game, can't you? You can dominate for 5 minutes, have that many inside 50s. Nightcliff go in once and they kick a goal. Crowd not as big as normal at an NTFL grand final. Still fairly good because of the yucky word that we're all talking about around the world at the moment, but still a decent crowd in for this grand final.
Salmon for St Mary's. Kicks to the wing under a bit of pressure. Brain and Jake Long. Brain goes to ground. Clattering into his back was Long. Gives away the free kick.
Momentum. Is it changing? Is it not changing?
First 4 minutes was all St Mary's and they couldn't score. Goes down the other end and Nightcliff get a crucial goal. Eilert in front. Parnell, Danny Butcher went to ground, comes up with the footy. Saunders up against Sharp. Saunders went running with the flight of the footy. Out comes Armat. Sokosui's own advantage. Good pace by the big man in front of Sharp. Goes again. Morris Rioli direction. Who'll get there first? One of them Shepherd, Rioli. Oh, they both miss it. An opportunity for Morris. Comes up with the footy. Saunders stretches. Couldn't quite take the mark. Numbers with the green and gold though. Bounce to Cheek. About to be run down and tackled by Hagan. Saunders. We play on. In comes Sharp. Off the ground goes Saunders out to Cheek. Bit of respite for St Mary's to the wing. Morris Rioli Jr. drops the mark, but he's got some space. Can he step around Riley? He can. Handball to Shannon Rioli. Back inboard to Cheek, puts him under all sorts of pressure. There was yellow and black jumpers everywhere. Wills, this is a crucial bit of play out here.
Absolutely crucial, this.
Riley, Cheek still going. Good pressure by brilliant smother by Riley. Cheek going at it. What exhaustion there must be out there at the moment.
Contest.
Paddle to Morris Rioli Jr. Still Morris Rioli Jr. Overruns the footy. Morris comes up with it. Sweeps the handball back to a teammate, Nathan Brown, who shrugs the tackle. And Nathan Brown's got some space. And he finds Eilets.
What a contest. And those are the 50-50s that are going to make or break who wins the premiership.
Eilert runs on. He's about to be run down. Gets his kick in towards attacking 50. Melville pushes his opponent out of the way and parry.
Well, look at numbers, Nightcliff. He's not looking Melville. He did that last time and it hurt him.
We know he's got the distance.
God, I love that contest back there, wasn't it?
That was exciting stuff.
That is going to win. Who holds this cup is the team that wins those 1v1, 2v2. In that case, it was about a 6v6.
7.5 minutes gone, final quarter. Nightcliff 8-12-60, St Mary's 8-4-52. Melville's kicked 4. This won't certainly be the end for St Mary's. It'll make it tough, though, because the momentum has swung back Nightcliff's way after St Mary's held sway for the first 4 minutes of the final quarter and threatened to grab the lead for the first time from 51 metres. Melville unloads! Melville's got 5! And it's a big lead now for Nightcliff in a low-scoring grand final. It's a 14-point lead. 5 goals to the big number 20 of the Tigers.
One word or 3 words. What a kick. Outside 50.
That's massive.
On a terrible angle. He's put it through. That is a huge kick in the concept of the game. Game's not over. God, it's just had some first 5 minutes St Mary's. The next 3 minutes Nightcliff. What a game of football. And they've kicked a goal because they won that 6v6 in the middle of the ground.
But you remember the first 2 quarters, Ricky, Saints' first 5 minutes were terrible.
Yeah.
And now in the fourth quarter, that first 5 minutes spectacular.
Saints not out of it. 9 minutes gone, plenty of time. Nightcliff have made it that bit tougher, though, with that goal to Melville. Free kick to Saints. Clark got to come back and kick over the mark. In fact, it's Edwards' kick.
Sean Edwards.
Been okay. Expected a bit more from an AFL player. Kicks towards half forward.
Wait.
One grab at it, bounce off his chest. Yaron out of bounds.
Looks a little sore, Jared Waite. They've got to get the ball in the air to him because I don't think he'll be much chop at ground level.
60 metres around from St Mary's goal. Right half forward, kicking to the airport end in the final quarter. 9 minutes played. 14-point lead to Nightcliff.
Important moment here, I reckon, for Saints.
Clark, Winter Irving slapped us to the back. Wilson, Salmon. Still Salmon. Got boot to ball. Edward just bashes it on. Will it land with Labastida? Well done by Waite. Tapped it back towards Clark. Clark, can he step around? Riley got a hand in. Strips him of the football. And Kane Riley wins the free kick.
It's like Saints on the volleyball court there.
Yeah, I thought they were about to kick one there. But
they were building up to it, weren't they?
Kane Riley. Danny Butcher. Oh, got hit heavily from Labastida. Gives away a free kick. He's probably going to mark it anyway. So make him earn it. Butcher's been serviceable. One of the better players in last year's grand final. Oh, Winter Irving came charging through. Lined up Parnell. In fact, it was Jacob Long he lined up. Handball over the top to Hagan. Hagan steps back inside. Sweeping handball to Wills. Wills runs to 50. I don't know, he's got the in his legs. Kicks to Butcher from behind. The push and shove goes to the back of the pack. Out of bounds.
Phil and Morris Rioli Jr. may have been pushed onto the ball.
Don't want to concede one here, St Mary's.
Yeah, I think it's imperative stoppage, this.
Lead's blown out to 14 points, if you can call it a blowout, but it's a handy lead. Might be a free kick to Ryan Smith.
Don't know if that's a free kick.
Against John Butcher. Ryan Smith's tried hard all day. In this, one of the better players for St Mary's.
Kane on the bench. I hope he's not injured for St Mary's supporters.
The whistle goes again for some holding. And
Jared White.
It's going to be a St Mary's free out at left half back. Payne, Raf Clark, Cheek on the bench. Also Jack Long for St Mary's. Comes to the wing.
Looks like both sides have got a full bench. I reckon it's pretty important when you're playing in the most ridiculous football conditions there are in Australia.
9-12-66 Nightcliff. St Mary's 8-4-52. 11.5 minutes gone. Final quarter.
Payne just looks a bit proppy.
Smith and Drogamulla. Drogamulla wins the tap from behind. Cheetahs had the kick smothered. McGregor. Smith gives to Jordan. Jordan's kick towards half forward. Oh, well played there by Shannon Rioli. Got rid of his man. Will it sit? Will it sit? It does sit. Just has to stroke it through from 35 metres. Shannon Rioli. Captain's goal. Brilliant kick by Rioli on the run. Played it beautifully. Margin is back to 8 points. 9-4 to 9-12.
Shannon Rioli probably kicked one of the most famous goals in the St Mary's Footy Club's history. He was in a contest in the down the Michael Long end, kicked the ball off the ground in a contest with Thomas Motlop. But this goal would have to be his second most important, I would say.
That was St Mary's first score of the final quarter, coming at the 12-minute mark. Bombarded their forward 50 in the first 4 minutes for no result. Nightcliff crept away. St Mary's just reined them back in. They're close enough.
Jake Long gone into the midfield first time in the game. They're certainly rotating through the midfield, Saints.
Smith and Drogamulla. Smith won the tap. It's an open centre square.
Outstanding, Morris.
Came charging at Islet. Off the ground goes Philo. Jacob Long against Moo. The two number ones. Moo was good. Long reached in and tapped it away. Wilson's been terrific all night. Sean Wilson kicks in the Melville or Butcher.
Did he drop it?
Butcher's got it.
I thought it might have gone through him. He missed these the other week in the first semi, but last week he was kicking everything. So.
From directly in front, John Butcher from 20 metres to restore that 14-point lead.
Just Sean Wilson spread really well from that contest. Just gave him good representation around that last contest. He got the ball forward to the former Port Adelaide power player, first round draft pick.
For his second goal of the night, John Butcher drives it home. Margin back to 14. 14 minutes gone, final quarter. Nightcliff 72, Saints 58.
Inside 50s, Saints have gone in 7 times to Nightcliff 5. Centre clearances are 3-1, so they're doing a lot of things right, Saints, just not kicking goals. But I thought Wilson's spread there from the centre was really, really good. Oh, I still reckon that nearly hit the ground. Braxton O'Matt was asking the question as well.
Good news for Saints, Rick. Payne's back on and in the middle. Good.
So speaking of changes, Zach Brain came off a few minutes ago and went straight down the chase. So I don't know whether that will leave the Tigers one short.
I think it was the blood rule.
Yeah.
What's that for?
Well, Smith can't believe it. Remonstrating.
Just got to get on with it.
Drogamulla tries to take Smith on. Out to the wing and Wilson. Marks in front of Morris Rioli. In front of the Morris Rioli grandstand. Kicks inside attacking 50. Going back courageously was Davies. Parry. Well, they want deliberate. This will be a tester. It's a boundary throw in.
That's a fairly gutsy decision in front of the Nightcliff supporters. So well done, Joel Morrison. Ryan Smith's got to get on with this. He's just having a few words about that last decision. Might have been wrong, Ryan, but we've just got to move on.
Left half forward. Smith bashes it to Payne. He belts it up towards the wing. Rioli got hands to it. Hard one to mark, though. He had Riley for company. Salmon. Waite. Underground handball. Payne comes out. Well done by Philo. Bashes it through to Drogamulla. He wanted Cheetahs. Only found Edwards for St Mary's. They've got on here. They could be on.
Everywhere.
Comes to Jordan. Play on to one-on-one. Will it sit for Calder? Paris comes late. Calder one grab. Paris did well to knock it away. Calder takes one over the shoulder. Free kick.
He can kick a fair way, this guy.
Yeah.
I played with my brother as Danny and Dale at the Mornington in the 2 grand finals, and they highly recommended him to Anthony Velojo, and he can kick a football.
The leading goal scorer for St Mary's this season. He's got 35, 2 tonight to bring it back to 8 points. At the 16-minute mark of the final quarter goes the short pass to Payne. Jackson Payne hasn't kicked a goal tonight.
Jackson playing 6 games for Collingwood, 10 for Brisbane. He's an important kick he's ever had. Plays for Old Melburnians in the amateur league and went to school with Sean Edwards as wise at St Mary's.
He's only kicked 8 for the season. And he's still only kicked 8 for the season. Needed that one. Time ticking away. The margin is 13 points at the 16.5-minute mark.
Jeff Harvey premiership assistant coach at both St Mary's and Nightcliff, and highly tipped to coach league football next year. A few clubs are interested in him, I believe.
Bowles. Long kick, almost to the centre square. Oh, well played by Tyler Saunders. Read it beautifully. Plays on. Low pass. Edwards intercepts. Goes back for the set shot. He thought about playing on.
Kick a fair way. Former Sydney Swans, Greater Western Sydney and Essendon Bomber. I don't think the distance won't be an issue.
He was about to run into Jonathan Paris and thought better of it.
The kick. 2 goals to win the game, so they'll need this one, Sean. There wouldn't be a lot of time left.
Kicked 5 goals coming into this game for the season. He's missed as well. So they're frittering away their chances. Margin is 2 straight kicks. Woohoo, extra time. 9-6 plays 10-12. Nightcliff, the reigning premiers, looking to go back-to-back for the first time in their history. 17.5 minutes played, final term. Most quarters have been around 23-24. There's been 5 goals between the two sides kicked in this final quarter.
Look at that last quarter went at 25, so there's probably been more goals scored, wasn't there, in that last quarter? So.
Well, yeah, only 5 for the quarter, so a few other little delays, though, I think. But
Saints need one. This stoppage is just crucial.
And they've got Raf Clark doing the ruck work. The throw-in will favour Drogomulla. Grabbed by Salmon. Centering ball opens up for anybody. Eilert. Tyler Saunders has been good with some courage. Just hacking it out of the air was Edwards towards centre half forward. Shannon Rioli flipped it over wanting a teammate. Oh, a little leg just in there was good from Morris. Kicks it back into the middle. Morris Rioli gets away from Butcher. No, he doesn't. The jumper tug was great. Eilert was taken, I thought, high. Play on the call, back to Danny Butcher. He's had a good second half.
Another moment, Nightcliff won, that just at 50-50.
Melville drops the mark. One-on-one contest. Salmon bumps into his opponent. Comes back towards half-back. Melville goes off the ground to Sharp. Sharp handballs are back inboard. Moo's kick. Out comes Butcher. Over the top. Running onto a Parnell. He's got to be good here. He scoops it up. Wants the boundary line. Butcher wants a free kick. And umpire Mark Noonan says, boundary umpire, it's yours.
Well done, Kieran Parnell. Nightcliff had him there for a second. We've got to watch Butcher grabbing the ball out of the ruck here. He's a big boy. 2
straight kicks for a tie at the 19-minute mark, but it's got to get up to the other end. Nightcliff are the ones in the van, and they're the leaders. They lead by 12 points. Cheetahs. Oh, quickly snapped by Sharp. Kick smothered. Danny Butcher. Moo. Cheetahs. Tyler Saunders. Feint of the handball, and a throw. Free kick, Nightcliff in the right forward pocket. And Danny Butcher or Cheetahs? Cheetahs it is with the shot from the right forward pocket. No, it is Danny Butcher.
Time off hasn't been called. Mark Noonan hasn't called it, so the time is ticking right now.
Almost 20 minutes gone, final quarter.
About the icing on the cake from here.
I reckon. Danny Butcher.
Even the time is hurting them.
Yeah.
For his first goal of the night. Cribbs half a step in from 20 metres. Kicks across the face. Davies in a wrestle there with Sharp and off hands and out of bounds.
They will just get huge numbers, Nightcliff, around this stoppage. So somehow Saints have got to clear it to open ground.
All but about 10 players are in the Nightcliff forward 50.
There's no one in St Mary's forward line.
Butcher up against Clark. Jordan. Had a bit of space. Surprising given so many players are in there. Holt Fitz was clever. Tapped into his own advantage. Should be paid the mark. Play on. Wasn't 15, said the umpire.
It is critical, the St Mary's Football Club, if there any chance they win this stoppage, which will be difficult with the numbers that Nightcliff have got there.
Thrown up. Clark leapt high. Ball comes down to Paredes. Oh, Riley stands in the way and takes a strong mark.
That's crucial, that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right place, right time.
I reckon it won't go too much more than 24-25. 24 I'd be tipping.
So Riley from 65 metres. Bangs it long into the pocket. Butcher was there looking for the big grab. Paredes. They're desperate. Parnell taken down in a tackle. The umpire will come in and ball it up again. Still 20 metres away. Nightcliff are closing in on their back-to-back premierships.
Should be hard from what position they are, especially if Brody Follow comes on fresh. You'd just pull someone off and get Follow on at this stage, wouldn't you? Pull the closest player off.
Quick snap by Sharp. Ooh. Melville there with Parry close to the boundary line. He might want the behind here, I think. That'll make it hard. He's kept it in. Still only a 2-goal margin. Running back, though, is Cheetahs. The point will be enough. It'll give them 2 and a bit goal lead. They gets it. Margin is 13 points at the 22-minute mark.
That makes it hard. Parry was pretty switched on to that. It's good thinking. Makes it hard from here.
Out it comes. Taken by Jordan, who's been pretty good. Into the centre. Oh, big hit there. He rode it pretty well, did Morris. Or Butterick, it might be. Not too much of a hurry to give it back, and why would they be?
Going to turn the footy over somehow, Saints. Can't allow a short kick for them to control the ball by foot.
Towards half forward. Sharp. Cheek. Sharp squeezes it out. As far as Salmon to Paredes. Can get it back into Jake Long. Just enough time to kick a goal, maybe 2. But I think time might be running out for St Mary's. Ducking was Edwards on a Butterick tackle. Morris comes up with it. Oh, Jack Long was fierce in his tackle. They didn't like it. They come in to remonstrate. Brain wants a piece of Long, and now it's on the wing. That's unnecessary and unfortunate. Morris Rioli Jr.'s pulled out of the contest. Edwards, play it on. Salmon's into Winter Irving, so's Jake Long. This is silly football. The umpire needs to get control. They have. Play goes on. Out towards Melville. He could line up for number 6. Melville's got the mark at right half forward. He's 50 metres out from goal. The wrestle has ended.
I think so is the game, Rob.
And Melville, with Nightcliff leading by 13 points, an unfortunate way for this ripping grand final to finish up. It'll be Nightcliff beating St Mary's, and a little poking kick over the top was good from Melville. Jonathan Paris has slipped down to kick a goal to finish the match.
Defender. I think Jonathan Paris was named a life member of the league today.
He goes back to Melville, and they're just toying with it now. Back to Paris. Kick to kick out at half forward. Long now into the pocket. Saunders, and the ball goes out of bounds, and there's the siren. After 54 years, Nightcliff won the premiership last year, and now they've gone back to back. The Nightcliff Tigers have beaten St Mary's. It's the 5th premiership for Nightcliff. St Mary's are aiming for their 33rd, but they've been undone by this wonderful combination. They lost only 2 games all year, both to St Mary's, including the second semi-final. But when the big game came around, Nightcliff stood up. They were challenged throughout the night. St Mary's got within 2 points in the final quarter, but couldn't get their noses in front. And Nightcliff have gone back-to-back for the first time in their history. They've won by 13 points, 10-13 to 9-6.
Well done to the Nightcliff Football Club. Fully deserved, been the best side all year. I thought all those Saints challenged them, played the better football on the night. So well done to their volunteers, people like Jeff and Di Barella, Mark Doidge, who's their president, Graham Shaw, Lou Reeves, Mark and Alison Kelly, that have put in a heap of work. But well done also to their coach, Buxy, terrific effort, and Cameron Eilert as well, and Jeff Harvey as their assistant. So outstanding, deserved the win, and they've been the best side all year.
Yeah, massive congratulations to the Nightcliff Tigers, back-to-back premierships. I mean, it's been 2 years coming, to say the least. There was so much conversation last year of could they do it, break that 54-year drought, and to be honest, they've been unstoppable for the last 12 months. In fact, the only team that has been able to slow them down over the past 12 months has been St Mary's. Couldn't get over the line today, but credit to Saints. I mean, let's talk about the fact that they were last year's wooden spooners all the way through to the grand final, Ricky.
Yeah, terrific effort by Anthony Vlojo and his coaching staff, and the players went back to basics. Didn't quite get there. Didn't give up all day. We got a bit yucky in the last minute, but St Mary's supporters can certainly be proud of them. But this is Nightcliff's moment. Back-to-back premiers, and outstanding work by their football club.
It's been a wonderful season of footy, the 2019-2020 TIO NTFL season. Ricky Knoll and Rob Cross, thank you once again for a wonderful season. It's been fantastic. Hopefully we can do it again next year. But that is full-time in the grand final here at TIO Stadium, and it's yellow and black with Nightcliff 10-13-73, defeating St Mary's 9-6-60. Thanks so much for your company. Have a great night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask that both clubs make their way to the presentation area? All supporters, family members, fans, please take your spot as close as you can to the stage, just outside the roped area. Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, please come and make your way to the presentation area, just outside the roped off area. Thank you. We'll get the presentations underway. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands together for both of these football teams for an amazing Premier League Grand Final. The final score is 10-13-73 to 9-6-60. It's a 13-point margin at the end of the day. Congratulations to the Nightcliff Tigers for the first time in the history of their club going back-to-back. Keep the applause going for the Saints, who put up a mighty effort, got within 2 points in that final term after getting off to a slow start, really made a game of it. So give it up for the Saints as well. Thank you, guys. A big thank you to all the family and friends for attending today and tonight, and congratulations to the players, support staff from both clubs for their efforts both on and off the field for this year. What a success it's been. I'm joined now by Tony Shaw, who will present the Best On-Ground medal, the TIO Cheney medal for the most outstanding individual performance for tonight's grand final. And it's my pleasure to announce that the player deemed best on ground in tonight's Men's Premier League Grand Final is, from the Nightcliff Tigers, number 20, Trent Melville. Congratulations, Trent. I'm sure we'd all like to hear from him.
Firstly, thank you to the St Mary's Football Club. You guys set the standard for this league every year. You guys are an outstanding football club, and we're just chasing you guys. To Nightcliff, it's been a lot of pain for a long time, and just hope these last couple of years have filled that void a little bit. And big thanks to Sean Kavanagh for getting me up here.
A big congratulations to Trent. And now, of course, well, what a year it's been for the Saints. They've pulled themselves up from the bottom of the ladder last year to play in the grand final this year. Quite a remarkable feat in itself. They almost got over the line this afternoon. And Anthony Valeggio is going to have a quick chat to us, the coach of the runners-up, the Saints.
Firstly, just like to thank Buxy, the Nightcliff Footy Club, Cammy Islet for a fantastic game. You're the benchmark of this comp for the last couple of years, and it's something, you know, we're trying to take this young group towards. I thought it was a fantastic game. We had 5 peanuts umpiring, which is pretty disappointing. But look, that's how it goes. My young blokes, keep your heads up. It's been a fantastic year. You know, last year to play in a grand final is absolutely fantastic, and it's something we need to do. And they're the rest of the peanuts up there. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Anthony. It's their 50th grand final, by the way, so what an amazing feat. I'm sure we'll see them back again very, very soon. I'd now like to ask the coach of the Nightcliff Tigers, Chris Batch, to come and have a chat about his team's performance this evening and also introduce his team one by one. Buxy, congratulations to you.
Wow, just want to thank the St Mary's boys, Chopper, great effort your first year. Players really come at us in the third. Yeah, really impressed. First of all, to our committee, our sponsors, our volunteers, our trainers, this is for you, the hard work we do on the track for yous. To my wife and kids, thank you. Forgot to thank them. I'm never home. To the boys, to Willsey and Brownie, just set the club up. Willsey, great job first year as captain. Cammy, to me assistant coaches, the coaching group, really good. Yeah, just enjoy it.
Thanks, Buxy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have only sort of come for the final game, you wouldn't have seen this gentleman present our medallions for the prior couple of games before, but we're very privileged and very honoured to have an icon of the game of AFL, not only just here in the NT, but of course in the broader area of Australia. It's Gilbert McAdam, a good mate of mine, an ex-teammate of mine as well. Gilbert's our NTFL Grand Final ambassador, and he'll be presenting the medallions.
Yeah. Number 1, Ryan Moo. Number 2, Michael Hagan. Number 3, Jonathan Paris. Number 5, Kane Riley. Number 6, Liam Holtzfitz. Number 8, Kyle Winter-Irving. Number 9, Zach Brain. Number 10, Cameron Eilert. Number 12, Joel Budrick. Number 14, Nathan Brown. Number 17, Lachlan Sharp. Number 19, James Titters. Number 20, Trent Melville. (22), Daniel Bowles. (23), Brody Folio. (26), Marley McGregor. (27), Danny Butcher. Number 30, John Butcher. (31), Hugo Drogmiller. (32), Roger Morris. (33), Shorty Wilson. And our captain, number 11, Philip Wills.
All right, Bucksy, make sure you stick around because we're about to present you now with the John Taylor Medal, which of course is the Premiership Coach Medallion. And I'd like to call upon Belinda Taylor, the daughter of John, to present you with the John Taylor Medal. All right, Bucksy's going to stay close because right now, ladies and gentlemen, they're fantastic supporters of AFL here in the NT. It's my pleasure to invite Daryl Madden from TIO to present the Premiership Cup and flag to the Nightcliff Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, your NTFL Premier League champions, the Nightcliff Tigers. right.
Yellow and black.
All right. Now, the Nightcliff Tigers have invited all the fans to go along and get a photo with the whole team. So, Nightcliff Tiger fans, head on over with the crew. Get yourself a pic. Ladies and gentlemen, that draws the TIO NTFL season to a close, and the AFL-NT would like to take this time to thank all of our sponsors, supporters, players, clubs, coaches, volunteers, and everyone else who made this season what it was. Tonight has been a true showcase of the territory-style football. Thank you for attending, and please be careful on the roads. We want you to get home safe, and we'd love to see you all again next season. Thanks for coming, everybody. We wish you well for the rest of the year. See you next time.